In a world full of chaos, we are your outlet to voice your frustrations. The world's first interactive podcast where the audience can become a guest of the show. Presenting your hosts, Devin G. Ewart and Patrick Martin.
What's up, everybody? Sorry for the delay.
Thank you for those of you who hung on.
All right. Thank you for the 6 people that showed up.
as we
were late.
As we pointed out recently, Rectum was giving us technical difficulties once again.
Spectrum Rectums, yeah, issues. Apparently they're having outages all over, so we were one of them. So I had to reset every single thing, and eventually we were up and alive. And
that's about how long it takes at my house.
Really?
It does, whatchamacallit, I'll have like meetings with the office and whatnot, and next thing you know, I'll cut out. And it doesn't happen during the day so much, but right now it hits about 4:45, 5 o'clock, and like clockwork, at least 1 to 2 times a day.
You know what it is? It's the bandwidth, traffic, everybody getting on at the same time.
Yeah.
So I talked to Spectrum about that because the last time I had them here, when I was trying to hook up all of this stuff, the guy was like looking around going, holy shit. And he started telling me, he goes, well, I go, what's the difference between the business version of Spectrum and then the residential? And he said, well, the residential, like, think of it as like a hose, garden hose, right? Everybody's sharing the water out of that garden hose. He goes, now when you have a business line, you are the garden hose. Like, that hose goes directly from your house to the box. And I was like, yeah, it's good to know.
Hey, Willow, come on, how'd you sneak back in here? I don't want to step on you. Sorry, we do not abuse animals on this podcast whatsoever, right? So I want to make sure I don't accidentally step on the dog that's underneath my foot. So.
Yeah, no, Willow's had a rough last couple days. I don't know. Yes. Some of y'all have seen on my Facebook or not, but
she got bit by a snake.
Yeah, venomous snake. I think it was more than likely a copperhead because one of my other dogs that I had a few years ago, she got bit by a copperhead as well, but she got it in the leg, and Willow got it right in the face.
In the face.
In the face.
Like, it's definitely something to worry about, but I'm not going to lie, because it's a husky, their puffy lip, it was kind of cute. Not the situation.
Right.
You know, I don't wish that on anybody's animal.
No. And it was one of those things, man. Like, she couldn't get comfortable, and she was like, and that's why I knew something was wrong. Like, I knew she was in pain because it was like she'd sit down for like 10 seconds, then move, and then sit down, and then like at one point she, I guess, laid on her left side, and then that's when she jumped up, and was like, arr! And I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Willow, come on.
Willow, come here.
Come on.
Come here, girl.
Come on, Willow. Oh.
Hey, Willow, come here.
I don't
come here.
Mess with you at all. I'm just trying to get out of your way. Come on.
Come here, Willow.
Doggy, a little aggressive, and I'm going to move my feet completely away from you because you don't seem to be...
I don't know why she likes to lay so much on that.
Yeah, give me just a second. We'll be right back.
Are you going to go bribe her? You going to go get...
Internet, come on. Come on, Willow. Come on. Willow.
You know what we can do? We can lure her out and then close the door so she can't come back in.
You're going to have to do that.
All right.
I moved my foot. She tried to eat it. So
come here, Willow. Come on. Let's go outside, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, Willow. Come on. Oh my God.
Got any food?
Come on, baby. Hey, come on. No. Hey. No. You are being an ass. Come on.
Come on.
Huskies.
Yes, huskies.
Come on.
There we go. Daddy's leaving, I'll leave.
Come here.
Nope. No. Hold on. All right. Internet difficulties, animal difficulties. We'll get this under control this evening, I promise. What's really going on in here? Now I'm here all by myself, entertaining myself. Oh, all right. Anyways. So, heard any good dad jokes lately? Yes, your Bucky's cup is still on the desk, Christina. It's right here. We were just talking about the mess that's starting to accumulate here. Lindsay Willow's doing fine. She's doing so fine that she almost took my foot off. It was interesting.
All right, bribed her.
Bribed her. Treats. Doggy treats. All right. Devin has made it back into the studio.
I'm here. Jeez.
All right. Get your headphones in and let's begin the evening 4 hours later.
Yeah, so welcome, Season 1, Episode 41. Today has been super eventful. This weekend was super eventful. Yesterday was super eventful.
Yeah, and this beginning of this was like totally a Monday just now. Like, absolutely. Fits right in with how the day's going.
So, yeah, part of the reason why we were a little delayed getting on is we actually had a reptile and transporter and animal transporter come in and try to look everywhere for any type of copperheads and where they could hide and all that sort of stuff. And so she had just left at, 7:30, 7:45? So we had like 15 minutes to run up here and get everything turned on, and that's when we found out no internet.
Marissa just said hello. Said, Devin, Andy.
What's up, Marissa?
What's up, girl? I hope Ryland's doing well.
Definitely.
You're definitely in our thoughts. Keeping it close to the chest for sure. And the prayers. Absolutely. So sending all the good vibes your way.
Christina says my Bucky's cup still on the desk for 5 days ago.
Yeah, it is.
Andy was just commenting before the podcast. He's like, dude, what's going on with this? I was like, yeah, apparently we had a party in here the last show because there's shit everywhere.
Yeah, no doubt. It's
Yeah, we got vodka that was left by
Muffy?
Muffy, yes.
Muffy's the name?
Muffy.
I didn't catch that episode. Muffy, if you're listening, I apologize. I did not catch your episode, but I am going to be sampling some of your organic vodka.
Yes, delicious.
I don't know which flavor I want to try.
So don't read what's in it. Just try it and then try to figure out what's in it.
Oh, well, too late now.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I was trying to tell you that earlier.
That one, yeah. Ruin the game on that one, which yeah.
Oh, that's
Speaking
awesome.
of games, no more drinking games.
Oh, yeah.
And I will be drinking water on all.
We need to get that water cooler in here.
All right, Marissa just gave us an update.
That's awesome.
We got great news. There are no new tumors, and no cancer in his spinal fluid. So shorter treatment. He's doing great. Just got his Iron Man button. Iron Man. So I'm talking about Marvel, aka port. But hey, that's awesome. My SVP or VP, she's battled cancer 3 times. She has a port too as well. It's crazy. But yeah, it makes them injecting a lot better. It's a lot easier instead of them jabbing you 800 times.
Right, it's a lot less painful.
Yeah. So yes, hey, that's good news, Marissa. Yeah,
that's awesome.
All right, we're all in your corner with that. Absolutely, 100%. It's kind of a shock to hear, and
yeah,
we imagine being in your shoes, but we also got to look on the brighter side and things. You came out on the bright side of everything, and prayers are paying off. So awesome for sure.
Definitely.
All right, so.
She says we miss y'all, and for sure, thank you.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
100%. So, what do you have on the agenda for the
man? There's so much. Like I said, it was a very, very super eventful weekend and weekday, everything that's been happening. But so this weekend I worked the Bassmaster Classic, which was out at Ray Roberts, which was interesting to be there at 4:30 a.m. in the morning every day.
I saw you posting, and it was like 4 hours, and it's like 4 hours ago, and I was like, I think it might have been 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm right. 4
hours ago. Like Devin's usually going to sleep at this time. What the fuck? He's up at this time. You don't sleep.
But yeah, man, I was like, what? WTF? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, it was crazy. So I worked that, and then they also had an event at Dickies, and so I was working on for Academy. And doing promotional and that sort of stuff, type photography and video and stuff for him as well. And so I was there, and then I had to leave from Pilot Point so there was such a gap in between the two events.
Yep.
So like I had to go from there home, then from home to Fort Worth, and I did this for like the last three days. And anyway, so the reason why I say this is because
Hold on, I have to pause real quick.
Okay.
Muffy says she can't hear anything.
Muffy, you have to turn your volume up.
Yeah, is the volume up? Because
Muffy.
we've had responses to.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody else is responding.
Can everybody else hear? Respond in the comments section if you can hear.
Can you hear me now?
The tomfoolery that is going on upon these microphones.
I mean, according to our levels and everything, they're and then according to our StreamYard, I can see my mouth moving.
Levels. Get on my level.
Get on my level.
That's messed up on so many levels. Like, how many levels? Like,
37.
Like a transitional level.
Is this like a scale of 1 to 10?
Something of the third dimensional level. Anyways.
Kayla says, can hear. Actually says can ear, actually.
Yes, I say can ear. You have a can of ear?
She's a can of ear right there.
So
anyways, as I was saying, so my parents were telling me that, so I bought this Crown right here, Texas Mesquite, a while back. They had it in my local liquor store, right?
So this says, hold on.
What?
Is this your segue from the Bassmaster Classic?
So I'm going to tell you how I go from the Bassmaster to this.
All right, I'll just.
Okay, so and then
for those who are following.
So on my way back from Pilot Point to my house, I was like, well, I'm going to stop by Total Wine, right? Because I heard they had it there, right? So I show up there, and then I tell them about it, and they're looking at me like I'm like got a third eye, like I'm inventing this shit. And
please, yeah, go ahead and post that.
Christina says, I can hear this fuckery.
I mean,
what's up? So I stopped by there, right, and I'm trying to explain this to them. And I'm in the Crown section, right, and I'm like, I am not seeing this anywhere. So I call them, and they get a manager. There's like 3 people, mind you, now around me, and I'm trying to explain this to me, and they're like, man, that sounds really good. And so they finally look it up, right?
Drank it.
They look it up, and they go, well, we only have, out of all of our locations, we only have it at one location, and it shows that we have 12 on hand. And I was like, 12 boxes, cases? What are we talking here? And it just says 12, but we don't know, like it's that cases or whatever. So anyway, I was like, well, you know what I'm going to do? So whenever I leave the Dickies event, because I'm going to be in Fort Worth, I was like, I'll just go to the Arlington one and, see what they got and blah, blah, blah. So I get there, and after the event, and the one at Pilot Point, Bassmaster, was like packed, man. There was a ton of people. I was surprised. Buses were showing up with people.
Dion was at one of them.
Dion?
Sanders, yeah.
No, that was a celebrity fishing thing. That was like, I think, 2 days before.
Okay.
But you know who was there on Friday?
My bad. Who?
Ted Cruz. So, yeah, there's a lot of memes and stuff going around after that.
I got mixed emotions about that guy.
Yep.
Too. I can't.
And so was I when I heard his voice. I was like, oh. But anyway, so so I went and checked it out, and then I told the manager, I was like, or actually I told one of the store guys, because I'd originally bought like 3, and when I went to ring them up, they rang up for $23, and I was like, dude, this shit's usually like $40-$50. And so I was like,
grab it and run.
I know. I was like, okay, can I talk to your manager? Oh yeah, and that was the other thing too. So when I was in the store in Denton, they said it's not only was it a special edition, special run, but it was a limited edition, and they're not making it anymore. Period. And so that's when I was like, oh shit. And so I asked the manager, and he comes out with this case of Crown, and he goes, yeah, I didn't know if you wanted 12 boxes or 12 cases. And I was like, wait, you have 12 cases?
Yes, 12 cases out immediately.
I was like, okay, how much can you make me a deal?
Bitterman?
And mind you, I'm driving the Mercedes. There's no way in fucking hell 12 cases are going to fit in that car.
I'm finding a way. $23
I'm going to drop that top, and I'm going to have Crown coming out the top.
What kind of favors I got to do to keep this? I'm a Crown Mesquite connoisseur.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, I was totally like, when I tried it over here in Lake Dallas, there's this liquor store, and I know the owner. He's a really cool guy. He's the one who brought it in originally, and that's when I first had it. And I was like, because I love old fashions and stuff like that, and it's just the flavor profile and everything was just perfect. Like you don't even need to put simple syrup, you don't need to put anything in it really. But I do like the Luxardo cherries, or in this case, what are these?
It was very smoky flavor, right?
Yeah, it's got that very smoky flavor, which I have not found in like any bourbons, and I've tried the ones that are in oak casks and all that sort of stuff, and all the different cognac casks and stuff like that. Yeah, man, I've tried them all. They just don't have. It's just not the same.
Yeah, I've had the Texas Mesquite. That's not the Crown. There's another one that actually is it comes in like the Texas flag bag.
Okay, yeah.
And it's it's somebody trying to be like somebody trying to be like Crown.
Mm-hmm.
But Devin, I'm gonna tell you, I'm so glad that we came to this part of the show so early in the show, because like
what?
because I'm like, the alcoholic in me has been like, dude, open the fucking bottle.
Open the fucking bottle already.
Like,
all right.
You want to drink some? I'm like, yeah. We get up here, we get all ready for the show. And
It's
we're waiting
still
for
sitting
the show
in the
to
bag.
begin, and like it's just sitting there in the bag, and I'm just like, I want to taste this shit.
And then we actually have legit Crown Royal glasses.
Yeah.
All right.
You've got some cherry things. I'm just gonna.
Want some cherry or no?
You know what? Why not? Let's just be.
Here you go.
Do they just
that?
Do you have like a fork to get it out, or
There you go.
grab it? Oh, it's a spoon. I'm gonna spoon it.
Spoon it.
I spoon so well. I'm always, I take big spoon or little spoon.
There you go.
I like to spoon. Big spoon.
Yeah, so I went and
I'd be spooning. Sorry.
I'm probably never even gonna open that case. I think I'm just gonna hang on to it, because I'm like, the value of that's just gonna go, especially since they're limited production, like no production, like they're not even gonna.
Yeah.
Make it. So my thing is like, okay, this box looks cool as shit.
Where do you want? I'll just put this on top.
Yeah,
of
it's
the Bucky's cup. Hey, I'm using Christina's Bucky's cup.
I was wondering whose Bucky's cup that was.
Bucky's. Let me see here. What we got here? Let me go ahead and read it. All right. So again, the camera's on me. This is Crown Royal Texas Mesquite, blended Canadian whiskey infused with Texas mesquite wood flavors. The Crown Royal Distilling Company.
Lindsay says he likes being a little spoon. Don't lie.
40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. So let's read how good this stuff is. We drew inspiration, our Crown Royal Texas Mesquite. We drew inspiration from the different styles of regional Texas barbecue, marrying its smoky soul with the creamy heart of Crown Royal Fine Deluxe whiskey.
Hey, if anybody's good at fabricating, if we can figure out how we can make the water spigot on my boat instead of run water,
this
run
special
Crown.
edition uses flavors from locally sourced mesquite wood to impart
Christine, if I would have had this when you were here,
and character that is savory, sweet, and smooth.
yes,
The rustic and refined notes of smoke, molasses, and wood are truly distinctive yet familiar. Pairs nicely with your favorite barbecue. Enjoy neat on the rocks or in a refreshing tasting mesquite mule cocktail. Drink responsibly.
And this segment is not sponsored by Crown, just so. So my buddy Matt Dye messaged me. He goes, "What the hell does Canadian company know about Texas?"
No, you ain't lying.
Texas
real
mesquite. Yeah. So I was like, you do have a point, but
it's true, but it's actually good stuff.
yeah, it's I dig it.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a hair. I was like, no.
So did I. And you never know with Willow.
Yep. Got it. Ooh. Alcohol abuse. Spilt a little, couple drops. Yo. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just leave it up there.
Well, I'm not going to drink. Yeah, no, that's going to be plenty.
All right.
I'll be good with that.
Whoa. Yeah, it's strong.
Feel like I'm drinking a campfire.
Drinking a campfire.
Drinking a campfire.
Yeah, if you put a little simple syrup in there and a little orange zest, a little bit of make it like a nice smooth old fashioned. It's really good.
Like it's so. The thing I like about smoky bourbons, whiskeys, things of that sort.
Mm-hmm.
the hard ones hit you, but I like the after.
The after,
Like
yeah.
If I could like hold the initial off and just taste that aftertaste,
Yeah.
all about it. But it hits you all at once. I'm like, but all right, this ain't bad. Like, I wouldn't mind sucking on a piece of burnt wood. That sounds,
it reminds me of like
disgusting. Yeah, we should go ahead and timestamp that one. Sucking on a piece of burnt wood. Yeah, that wasn't the best type of wood is burnt. That was good whiskey. So, what else?
So, and then, like you mentioned earlier, that before Willow was acting a fool, she got bit. Was it yesterday at like 9 or 10 in the morning? And then, of course, I posted up on Facebook because I was like, dude, I don't know what to do. Like, 'cause I know a lot of my friends are either vets or like they've worked with vets and that sort of thing. So, and of course, there were so many responses and everything, and it was really good, and everybody was like, take her to the vet. And so I looked online, of course, I just got her. She's a rescue. I had rescued her about 4 or 5 months ago. So, and I didn't realize I was waiting for the paperwork and all that stuff so I could take her to the vet. But apparently they sent it. So luckily I was able to reach back out to the agency and get all of her paperwork and stuff. But yeah, so took her to the emergency vet place, and there was a ton of people there. And luckily I'd called ahead, and I literally just walked right in. I had a parking spot right up front too, and walked right in, and they took her to the back, and they started everything immediately. And they gave me a bunch of different options, and it was just like kind of like, well, we could do this, we could do that, we can do this, we can do that. And I'm like, well, does the antivenom work? And I was like, should we just skip all the rest of the stuff and just go to that? And then they're like, well, that's $600 just for the antivenom. I'm like,
that's cheap, dude.
Yeah, that's what Natalie was saying. And when she was here, she goes, for like humans, it's like $1,200 up. And I was
cheap,
like,
dude, for real.
She goes, is that a vial? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. When I asked them, they're like, yeah, that's a vial.
I know where I'm going if I ever get
that.
Hey, you can inject me, shit. I got veins just like a fucking dog does, man. Come on, hook me up. So we were talking about it earlier, and you were talking about it, but those of you who don't know, I don't know what it is, and it's certain species of dogs, and I'm not saying this is going to be the end all be all, but a dog bitten by a venomous snake is more likely to survive the bite if they're bitten on the front half of their body, face, chest, arm, whatnot, and if they're bitten on the hind half near their butt, hip, bottom, back legs, abdomen, they have much less chance of survival, and are most likely will probably die.
Yeah, and so my previous dog, Sable, that I had, she got tagged by a copperhead about probably 6 or 7 years ago, and she got hit in the arm, so it like swelled up, and her whole arm swelled up. But I mean, it wasn't near as bad. Whereas Willow got bit on the snooter, as we call it, the muzzle.
Yes, she did. She poofed up.
Yeah, and like her tongue, like she couldn't even, like it was just drool coming out.
Look, Dad, we gotta go to the hospital now. Not a laughing matter.
But yeah, it was hard not to laugh. You could just tell, like, poor thing was like in so much pain. But I was just like, and I was worried. I was like, well, how is she gonna eat, drink after? I mean, once I take her home, like, well, how am I gonna have to like syringe food and syringe like water and stuff in her?
Because I'll do it.
Because I'll do it.
I
got my turkey baster. I'll get.
Not going there. Andy actually took the mature road on that.
Wow, that's surprising.
It's crazy, man. The 15-year-old and dying me to get out. So I'm looking at the Burb, and it says the easiest person to sell as a salesperson. Is this the last one? Is it? Is this a bot or is somebody? Because at the top it even says, "Okay, I just needed to be on YouTube."
I don't have a clue. That's why I just left it alone. This is like, it's not even in context with what we're talking about, so it sounds like a bot.
I don't understand. Please translate.
Anything that doesn't have any like context to what we're talking about, I'm just like, you can stay in. You can stay over there.
Yep, no doubt.
But the good thing is, it's a YouTube comment, so we don't really get a whole lot of YouTube traction, or as we do with Twitch and Facebook.
Well, we need to track, yo.
I know, man. We need to figure out how to get that.
Your face.
I am in talks with working with a promotion, like not a promotion, but like a company that does all that sort of stuff. Because I ain't got time for that shit. I mean, I can do it, but it's just like, why when somebody else can do it?
Yeah. Likes and views and
all that jazz, yeah. And
all that shit
yeah.
that the youngins compete for these days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It is a youngin person that's actually doing it.
I don't doubt that. I have no doubt.
Exactly. I checked the profile, and of course, people that push all this type of stuff, and then you look at their profile, and they have like 1,000 followers or something. It's like, okay, yeah, really? You can't even promote yourself. You're gonna promote other people. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what it is. Maybe you
or these companies that say, hey, we're gonna guarantee all these views, right? And then you look at how many views they have, and they're like 400 views. Wow, bro.
It is what it is. It's the wave of the future. It is now a career.
Mm-hmm.
Being a social media personality, it's also a dream of some kids. But
and I think
thanks to the Jake and Logan Pauls of the fucking world.
Oh God! Did you see the fight, by the way? I don't know if we talked about it last time.
No, I just watched the highlights, dude.
Okay.
And it was another. I hate to say it was another money grabbing ploy. And
it was, man.
I think Floyd carried him through a couple spots.
Literally.
I did see, because Logan came out, I don't remember what round it was, like the second one, he came out swinging for the fucking fences. And he landed a few shots, but the thing is Floyd was covered up the whole time, and everybody's jumping up and down like he's winning, or like Logan was winning, but technically he wasn't. Like, if that was a real fight, and Floyd was really gonna
obliterate him,
be in his prime, I guess you could say, and really go in for that knockout, Logan would have been an easy fucking target at any point after the third or fourth round.
Right.
If he was really looking to go in there as a powerhouse, somebody Logan's size that's a good boxer, would have fucking wound his clock, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like I understand Mayweather didn't want to get wrapped up with him, but Mayweather, every time that he couldn't capitalize on Mayweather, he leaned on him and just basically made Mayweather carry his fucking weight.
Yeah, that's why I joked around when you said that, because I was like, yeah, literally he carried him.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
and there was a couple points that they're saying that's going around now, rumoring that Logan actually was knocked out for a second or two, but him keeping him up gave him a chance to come back. I don't know. I saw a fight that should have been, I don't know, it shouldn't have gone that long.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny. So I watched, I think the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, like all the way to the end. I didn't get to see the first two rounds. And I was like just watching it, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is like the worst fight I've ever fucking seen in my life. This is like a shit show. And then the commentators, dude, I loved it. The last round, the fucking commentator goes, somebody hand Mayweather a pair of brass knuckles. Let's get this fight over with. I was like, oh, shit. It's just like, knock him the fuck out.
That's the only reason he didn't get knocked out, is because he was making him carry him the whole time.
Yeah.
That was the whole, it drove me nuts from that point. But
it did, man. And I was just like, I was more interested after watching that. I was like, well, who else was fighting? It's like, I would want to watch those.
I don't, look, man, this is a double-edged sword. So I'm so not about these fucking YouTube boxers.
Well, here's the thing, bro. I hate to say it. They started a trend, and it's
no, and I get it.
And it's going to continue.
And it is.
But you know why, though?
Absolutely right.
You know why?
Because people are more concerned about content than
no, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with that people hate him so much that they want to see him destroyed.
Yeah, well,
and then there's people that love him so much, so they want to see him.
There are people there's a lot of people that dislike Jake a lot more than Logan.
Exactly.
And just because Jake he's like, I will be that spoiled brat until you recognize who I am. Period.
Dude,
like, he has to be a fly in the ointment of everybody's fucking ointment.
Conor McGregor and Jake Paul and all this shit. Oh my God, dude, he's like laughing. Conor McGregor's laughing in Jake Paul's face and Logan Paul's face or whatever. I was just like, oh
yeah, dude.
Dude,
and that fight's gonna happen. It's gonna be another. They're gonna
Yep.
talk all this shit just
Yep.
like this happened.
Yep.
And then they're gonna be friends. Now, I will say to the point of Jake stealing his Mayweather's hat.
Yeah.
That was not it did cause publicity. Okay.
It did. Hell yeah, it did.
But it was not like. It was not meant for the fight. It was meant strictly for Jake Paul's popularity, not for the popularity of Logan in the fight, although it did bring it.
Yeah.
But Mayweather was genuinely pissed about that. Not only that, Mr. Paul, after the fight, went out and decided to get I don't forget how many carats are in this motherfucker. It's huge, and it's the little part that holds it onto the chain is Floyd's hat, and it just says "Gotcha" in diamonds. Fucking huge, and it's like, really, dude, like, just shut the fuck up already. And then
right.
And the thing is the fact that I say that, and I'm talking about him right now. It's
right.
Like, he's just like bling bling.
He's like, bitch, you're talking about me. You're in my.
You know,
my name is in your mouth.
He
Bam.
did what he had to do
Exactly.
that. I don't respect what he does.
I don't either. I hate people that are famous for being famous. Like, that to me is like, you didn't fucking work for that shit. You don't even.
They did make a lot of content. I will give them that. Logan has a lot of content.
Bro, we do too, but we didn't have cameras fucking in and around our face every 5 minutes. I mean, that's the thing. We were smart about it. We did some fucked up shit. We just didn't have cameras.
I know they're going on a trend of these YouTube boxers, but Dana White came flat out and said, like, this is absolutely ridiculous that fucking YouTube boxers are coming out and getting paid more for one fight than some career boxers. But at the same time, Jake's over here rallying for fighters, saying pay these motherfuckers what they're asking, because they're the ones who provide your content. If they end up injured or dead in the ring and can never fight again, what are you doing to take care of them past their contract?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a double-edged sword. Like, I don't want to see these YouTubers in there. I want to see somebody. The people I want to see win at these sports are somebody that put in the time, the effort.
Well, that's their career. That's their job.
I don't want to see these motherfuckers because he's rich and you can afford to pay the best trainer out there.
Because I can.
Yeah, because I
can. Not because I like that's.
You picked this sport up 4 years ago, and the only reason you're as good as you are is because you were able to afford that top trainer. You know what I'm saying? Like, afford Floyd Mayweather's dad or somebody like that in the in the top ranks. That you weren't living and breathing this at 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's a double-edged sword. I feel what Jake's saying about you need to there's no reason that fighters need to get paid more.
Yeah, no doubt.
And that's the truth. But at the same time, you guys need these YouTube content people. You need to shut the fuck up, sit down, and give way to these people who are fighting their way up. I guarantee you, there's some dude in the middle of, like some boxing gym that's not necessarily the best boxing gym in the world, but he's the next up and coming. But because these two fuckers are famous, they're gonna end up getting in his way. And it's what could happen. I don't think maybe the industry won't let it happen, but it's definitely something that could. Like, there's these dudes that live, breathe, and eat boxing since they were a young kid, and they grew up in the hood. But the thing is, they stayed focused, and now this rich motherfucker that only fought for 4 years, and the only reason he's where he's at because he can afford to be trained day in and day out. You know what I'm saying? If I could, if that was if all I had to do was pay a trainer from sun up to sundown, I bet I could be in top fighting condition.
Hell yeah. And then all your meals and everything were prepped and you knew exactly.
I'm not going to go fight 20-year-olds, but I guarantee you I'll be in great condition to fight somebody my age.
Right. Fuck it, let's go fight some 20-year-olds.
That's what I'm saying. If my content was, I was rich enough to just get and do this all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. 8:52 p.m. Turkey baster. This squirreled me hardcore.
Okay, there was a couple good comments, so let's go back. Okay, Kayla's comment pertains to what we were talking about. She said, "I think he got a tattoo with that saying as well."
He got the tattoo right after it happened, and he got the chain after the fight.
Okay, so now we'll go back to turkey baster.
Plugged in the Lord help us turkey baster home method to artificial. Yeah, no, that's why.
That's why Andy left it alone.
That's why I let it go. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this one.
Wow, who lost an appeal in turkey baster pregnancy case? Wow.
I'm good. I don't.
Yeah, this is why you don't Google everything.
Now I got a reason to go past the bar and fucking become a lawyer so I can defend somebody who's using a turkey baster. That's awesome.
That is awesome. So it's funny we were having this conversation because I actually had this conversation when I was working the event. Was talking with this guy. He's actually going to be on the show next Wednesday. I'd love to have you here for that because it's going to be awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in the music industry, so he's very creative. He's actually found out he's born Sagittarius like me, so it's kind of weird. Like we kind of clicked and we were just talking about every fucking thing. So we started talking about this fight and this nonsense with these YouTubers and all this shit, right? And he basically said that he's talking to a teacher and stuff, and she's like, "Well, how come these guys make millions of dollars, and then me as a teacher I get paid $30,000 or $40,000 a year, blah blah blah?" And he goes, "Well, how many people you talk to? How many people you are in and know about you?" And she was like, "I don't know, maybe 500, maybe 1,000 people." He goes, "Okay, now look at an NBA star. Look at this. Look at Logan Paul. Look at that. Look at how many people know that name. Look, millions." And he goes, "That's why they get paid what they are." And this is the same thing that with the MMA fighters and all those ones that only get paid, $100,000 or whatever per fight, because nobody knows their name. Everybody knows Floyd Money Mayweather, because he's branded. He made himself a name.
Yeah,
he got paid $100 million for that fight or some ridiculous amount.
Who else branded themselves? Conor McGregor.
Right, exactly.
It's about building your brand and selling yourself.
And by doing that, your eyes, it's the eyes that you have on you. That is the key, is how many, and that's what is quantifiable. And you take that to your sponsors and all this stuff, and they say, "Holy shit, this guy's got over 100 million people eyeballs," which that means I want to advertise them because they got 100 million eyeballs on that particular guy, and whatever he wears, our brand will be in front of 100 million people. Whereas a teacher, she could be wearing, Adidas, whatever, blah, blah, blah. She's going to have 15 to 100 people that have eyes on that versus, Logan Paul and all this.
That might choose her wardrobe.
That might, exactly. Might. And then the law of averages is 10% or, less, and then
what I'm saying?
So there's one. So you just paid all this money for marketing for one.
And the likelihood of somebody younger than that teacher wearing that outfit.
Exactly.
Zero.
0.0.
Logan Paul or Jake Paul's out there wearing whatever fashion they're going to want to go after.
Exactly. And because they want that life. They want that following, they want that exposure, that money, that everything.
We're 2021 content is king, period.
Oh yeah. When it
comes
content,
to social media presence, that's what it is.
So look at like my former job and look at all the Netflix and Amazon and all that stuff. Did that deal ever go through with MGM and Amazon where it was like $9
that I don't know
billion?
I think it might have.
Yeah, because I did. They talked about it, and then all of a sudden you didn't hear shit about it. So I don't know if it fell apart. I don't know if it went through.
I don't know.
It's weird.
They all got too much money, if you ask me.
But yeah, to your point, content is king, and it's crazy how much that's worth, that value. You know what I mean? Even like MGM. Like MGM, a lot of their movies and stuff are older, but they do have newer stuff. And same way like Warner Brothers, which is basically AT&T, Turner, Time Warner. AT&T bought them. That was part of the company that I was working with. But yeah, it's crazy because like AT&T used to be a cell phone, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then they got into the movies, and then they got into this merger and everything.
AT&T, there was GTE at one point.
Southwestern Bell. Singular.
Sprint. Is Sprint still around? Are they still?
Sprint merged with. God, who'd they merge with?
I don't see commercials for them anymore.
Shit, who did Sprint? One of y'all knows out there. I forgot who it is. Sprint merged with somebody.
I thought it was Verizon or AT&T. One of the two.
No, it wasn't AT&T. Sprint was T-Mobile. T-Mobile Sprint. Bam, came to me.
Okay, all right.
Never mind, y'all. We were good.
We're faster than Google.
No, we're faster than Google.
T-Mobile.
Yep. I won.
Yeah,
but thank you.
But you.
So what else is new? How was your weekend, man? We talked a lot about what the hell's been going on with me. What happened with you?
Weekend was actually pretty good. I had the kid all last week.
Yeah? Did y'all do anything fun and exciting?
Swam a lot.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get the kid to, get more brave, get a little more confident in his swimming abilities. It's kind of.
The floaty's still on or no?
He didn't. At times they need to be. He's getting better at it. He definitely doesn't have his dad's gene. I was swimming by the time I was 6.5 and just.
Oh yeah.
It, so, but that's all. I grew up next to a pool, so what can I say?
Right.
But he's a lot better. So
see, Kayla knows.
So last week was supposed to be completed and everything. Car ended up in the shop. Ended up being.
Hold on, they don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
You got to put the comment up. You got to talk about the comment first.
Let's go ahead and like those of you who were talking about this comment Kayla put in is about the speaker box. And so those of you that,
first-time listeners, they probably don't
know. Or if you have ever gotten, anyone that does know me and has been following me on social media at all for the last 2.5, 3 years, different subwoofer enclosures and car stereo stuff has been going in and out of my car, and it's been a constant project, and I'm finally to the point where I'm almost finished with it. And it's taken me probably an entire year to actually to get everything buttoned up to where it is now. And I was about to get everything installed, and then the car, I was finished with everything. I showed all the pictures and everything to Devin earlier. And I went to go get gas, and then the car just wouldn't start after I filled up the gas tank. Just quit. And so I got a voltmeter, tested it out, went up and down, tried to diagnose the car, tried to jump it, couldn't figure it out, so I ended up towing it to Caliber Auto Care. Long story short, it was a starter relay, and between the tow and the labor and stuff, ended up costing me like $257, and I probably could have done it for like $25. But anyways, the hindsight's is 2020. But the speaker box, I went to put fabric on, and the fabric that I'm using is similar to a bed sheet, and I'm using a contact adhesive to spray on. Anybody that wants to see what I'm talking about, I just posted a video on my Facebook and Instagram, not just yesterday, of doing the process. But the process of actually doing this to the speaker box has too many angles, and the material is not the same as the carpet I posted of the video, and it's like sheet material. So it sticks together, it wrinkles, it looks like shit, and I'm in over my head, so I'm going to have to take it to somebody to upholster it correctly. I've called 2 upholstery shops, and they said, no, absolutely not. So I found somebody that I follow on Instagram in the industry, and they're going to do it for me, but it's a matter of getting it out to them. It's over on the other side of Fort Worth.
So let me ask you this. What if you starch the living shit out of it so that it basically turns into cardboard and then tried to...
No, it still won't work, yeah. It won't. I won't be able to achieve the look that I'm going for.
Okay, well, at least that way it wouldn't kind of distort it when you start stretching and pulling.
Yeah, so this, equipment-wise, like, I'm probably somewhere in the length of 55 feet of zero-gauge wire, all copper, boatloads of LEDs.
And for y'all that don't know what that is, go look outside and look at your telephone and electricity wires. That's basically what he's got in his car.
one gauge, zero gauge, or 1/0, as some people, is probably about the size of my thumb. I know you guys can't really get that, but that's about a little bit, about the size of my thumb, and like 25 feet weighs, I don't know, 15 pounds, something like that.
And what Andy was saying on the last podcast, that they actually mail it to your house in an envelope, and I'm like going, how in the fucking hell
if you
does that fit in your mailbox?
If you order a small amount from the company, and like,
which apparently 20, what you said, 25
feet, yeah,
is a small amount.
20 feet,
small amount.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Like
exactly.
I got one of those wooden mailboxes, and it sags when they deliver it. So
that's hilarious. Oh, that's how Andy. Yeah, he was saying on one of the podcasts. He's like, "That's how I know it came," because it's also
it's like this. When I take it out, it goes back straight.
That's hilarious.
It's like hanging a wet towel. I mean, just kidding. Wet towel Olympics. Anyways, but yeah, the wire weighs a lot, and I've got several runs of it going through the car. I'm going to be running between the mids and the highs, and the subwoofers 5,125 watts. And I got an alternator that's going to be running. I'm going from a 290 to a 390 amp alternator. And
Nice.
yeah, I'll probably be carrying a fire extinguisher too.
Yeah, it probably sounds like you need one.
I have fuses upon fuses, so there's a backup for my backup
That's
in
good.
case anything happens. So
Sweet.
if one set of fuses doesn't blow,
So what you're
another-
saying is you're good at wiring some shit up.
yeah,
Good.
it's
You
pretty crazy.
guess who can help me wire up
What?
all my crazy carts that I have downstairs?
See, that's a whole nother ball game. We'll have to look at videos. If we look
Yeah.
at videos, I'll be able to do it.
But so I'm getting rid of my 300. I know, and I got friends and stuff that are like, no.
Kayla asked me if I tried a steamer. No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not that it wrinkles the contact adhesive, the contact cement that I use. I spray it with a paint gun, and the problem is when the material itself sticks to itself, and when you try to stretch it, it disforms another area of the fabric. So I got to get with somebody who really knows what they're doing. And I showed Devin the guy that I'm going to be using, and he really knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and he's local out of Fort Worth area. So.
It's his name is Curtis Wayland. If anybody is looking for a custom setup in their side by side, their RZR, their boat, their vehicle, he does custom hot rods as well, sound systems, all interior. I mean, he does everything. Fabricates from the ground up.
Fabricates. That sounds like a scandal.
Fabricates.
That sounds like a scandal going on.
He works out his shop. The name of the business is Pyramid Custom. So I wanted to give him a big shout out. If you are interested in top notch car audio, I mean, it literally anything that he can do, he can match stock. He can make it look like it.
God, I used to be every single car I ever had always had a system. Every freaking one.
Yeah, mine did too. And then at one point I started missing it. So
Yeah.
now I'm about to beat the block down, dude. Wait till once this thing's done, it's gonna be pretty intense. And
then like when I got the Mercedes, I was like, man, it's got like a badass like stock sound system, but it's not really stock. It's Harman Kardon, but it's a Pro Logic 7, so it's basically like a surround sound.
Well, you could still throw it. Still could.
Well, and that's my thing is like me, I like loud, and so when the top's down, like I want it. And what the cool thing about it is when the top's down, there's actually speakers on the outside of the car, so that people in traffic and shit around me,
Yeah.
they're listening to what I'm listening.
But and once I'm done with this, Devin's got a pair of Sundown 12s and is just chilling.
Yeah, no. One of these days we should make them have an appearance on the show. Here they are.
Dude, we should just throw them in the box and it's like quick prefab a box, just a quick ported box, and throw them in the back of my car one day.
Dude. We have that band pass. We could just.
I'm telling you, dude. I don't think
we can try.
If you want to give it a shot, you're welcome to, dude.
It's already made. It's already there.
That speaker stands this high.
Yeah.
The speakers that are in it now maybe stand this high.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you
I
get
it.
Give it a shot.
I get it. Those motherfuckers weigh like 30 pounds, 40 pounds each.
Those are some serious speakers you got there, brother.
Yeah. So I was always like, growing up and stuff, I was always like, the bigger the magnet, the better the speaker. and then Sundown came around, and I was like, dude, these have got to be fucking
the research,
amazing.
the R&D that goes into that company.
That was before I even did research all that shit.
I'm not running them just because the only reason is because everybody runs them. But those are some expensive fucking subwoofers, man.
But my thing is, if they're gonna last for a while, then it's all good.
I legitimately, she's so. Kayla's like, you should go to Scraping the Coast and enter in contests.
Kayla, I was telling Andy about the contest that your buddy with the Tundra. I was telling Andy a little bit about that. So I wish you were here so you could talk about it in person. But
so I told you, I got a 3,000 watt amp, and you got two fucking 12s.
Yeah.
Dude, if you would just turning the back seat into, like, if you would just let me build a giant box for those two 12s in the back of that truck. Oh my God.
In the bed or?
No, just take the seat
cab.
out. Yeah,
in the
cab.
Okay.
And let me run it with that Teramps 3000 that I got. Dude, that thing is like this small, and it runs 3,000 at 2 or 1 ohms.
Well, that'd be good for one speaker, right? I need two of them, right? One for each speaker?
That will drive those speakers. Those speakers are 1250 RMS.
Okay.
That means that's what it takes to drive them.
Yeah.
Now you can max. They're like 20.
I was gonna say, what is the max? What's the peak on that?
22 or 23 or something like that.
Okay.
I'd have to look up. But RMS is really what you want to work.
Yeah.
But at the same time though,
Mhm.
now you can't go and put a 500 watt amp to this. But if you
No.
even if you put like a smaller amp on these, you as long as you tune your amp correctly,
right.
and yes, my amp will drive the shit out of those subs. They're 1250 minimum, and I've got a 3000 watt amp.
Is it what ohm is it? 4, 8?
I can get what
2,
amp?
1?
I can bridge it at 2 or 1 ohm and get 3000 watts. It's called a Smart 3. That's why it's called, because I can bridge it either way and still get the same amount. And it's been bench tested too. If you want to look it up, this Teramp Smart 3.
No, I've seen guys do the installs with those. So
that motherfucker puts out.
I like the look, and I like the fact that America, with the sound streams, and plus I like the fact that they don't make them just like the Crown. Once you stop making something, I want it.
That's when Devin
that's when Devin was like, I need it. Gotta have it.
I'm telling you,
I don't want everybody else to have the same
you
fucking
get
thing.
power out of those sound streams, but I just don't think you're gonna drive those sundowns like you think, dude.
I don't know, man. Those sound streams, those were what was called cheater amps back in the 80s and 90s, and they would enter in at 1,000 watt because it's only rated at 1,000 watt, right? Actually, no, I don't even think it's rated at 1,000 watt. Anyway, they would enter them into the competition. So Soundstream and Orion were both what was called cheater amps. Orion had that HCCA. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah, HCCA is still around.
Oh, well, they're all fucking made in China. It's not the same shit.
Orion's is making a huge comeback.
Are they?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
surprising because
dope fucking subs, dude.
Because for a while there's one company, if you do the research, that makes MB Cord and all of the ones that used to be Sherwin Vega, all that stuff that used to be like the high end. Sherwin Vega used to be the name back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you saw that red cone around there, you were like, oh shit, like this is gonna be sounding good, right? Like then all of a sudden
Sherwin Vega strokers. Those people still look for those.
Exactly.
Those things beat.
Yes, and I actually had one of those in my home theater as a subwoofer, and the excursion and the sound that thing put out was like phenomenal. It ended up blowing up the amp.
Yeah, dude.
It was a beast.
And Sherwin Vegas is still making. They have the new Stroker edition. They're called like the Gold edition, dude. They're still making strong speakers.
Well, you know those 15s that I had right downstairs.
Yep.
Those used to
surrounds.
Yeah. Those were I can't remember. They were dual voice coil. But I mean, I was hitting it was 154, 156 decibels. And it was funny because my mom, like, as she came over or whatever, and I was like, "Hey, mom, like, check out this DJ like setup that I built or whatever, blah blah blah." And then I gave her some Beats headphones, right? And I put them on her head, and I turned on the noise cancellation, and I turned that shit up, and I had my decibel meter sitting like right next to where we were at, and it was just like 156, 157, whatever, and that wasn't even by the actual speakers, right? That was sitting up on the platform desk thing that I had. I was like, holy shit. And that's in a house.
Yep. So those of you, 156 to 157, anything above 140 is well, shit, anything above 130 starts to hurt, especially when it's bass. It starts to. And
I read that, like, certain levels it'll start fucking your eardrums, and that's why I gave my mom the noise canceling, because I was like, I knew that. Oh,
a lot of these competitions that I follow, builders I follow, actually.
Thank you, Kayla, by the way.
They'll sit in they'll do bass demos, and these people are running 156 to 171s, and when you get into that,
that's a Tundra, by the way.
When you get in anything, it's one thing when you listen to it in a stadium, in a concert, it hurts your eardrums and you do feel it, but when you get inside a vehicle and that kind of pressure hits your chest, it's a different kind. It feels like it's somebody's punching your rib cage. That's exactly what it feels like, and it's pretty intense.
So I don't know if you remember this.
Is this the Tundra that we were talking about?
Yeah, this is.
That's a serious amp, dude.
His name is Eddie Diamond. You can follow him. He enters the shows and stuff. I'd love to go, honestly, just to film and just to go, take
Oh,
photos.
dude,
and shit?
if this is his setup, he would love to see my setup once I'm done. He really would.
Yeah.
That amp is serious. So he's got. So you see how you saw how small mine is, right?
Yeah.
So you see he's got dual inputs.
Oh, that's a diamond.
You see he's got
Yeah.
dual inputs, right?
Yeah.
My little 5000's got dual inputs too.
Wow.
I've got it wired pretty much just like that too.
That's crazy. Those are diamond, right? Diamond digital. What is it? Diamond audio.
I'd
DD.
have to look them up.
It's been a while. Do you remember? So Kicker came around, and I bought it. I did not buy Kicker for the same reason you don't like the Sundown, right? Because everybody had them, and they were just kind of. And I was actually JL Audio. That was the other reason why I never went JLs, because everybody and their mom had JL.
Yep.
And everybody was praising blah blah blah. But Kicker came out with this. It was called an XPL, and it was supposed to be a high, sound level, whatever pressure level. And I'll never forget, they had a semi that was decked out with all of their Kicker gear and their subs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They turned that XPL on, dude. I literally felt in my chest, like I felt like I was having a heart attack. I was like, I want these speakers.
So Kicker has come back. A lot of it will come back to America.
Oh, has it?
Because
That was the main reason why I bought SoundStream back in the day, was because it was made in America and it was built like a fucking tank.
They're still. So the thing is with Kicker, the problem with Kicker is they have shitty generic all the way up to really good subs, and then the really good subs that you really with them, the best subs you're gonna get are their they're all square. But some of them are some of them are L7s, and then there's other ones I can't remember what the names of them are, but all the square ones are pretty badass subs.
And that, to me, like, physics wise, that speaker, like, just is an anomaly. Like me, I
Decimates.
I don't understand how.
It decimates, dude.
Because your weak spots are going to be your corners. Always. You know what I mean? So it's like you're making something that has 4 weak spots. Like, round is.
I don't know the science of it.
I don't either. Like, I look at that and I go, that just looks like a mistake. It just looks like it's gonna fall apart, or it's gonna rip or bust out at the seams at the corners. You know what I mean? It's just from experience.
I don't know, man. All I know is when I'm done, I'm gonna be running 2 10-inch speakers on 5,000 watts, and my speakers are 1250 RMS, just like yours. So.
What brand? Which?
Wolfram.
Oh, okay.
They're Wolfram AG10s. They're entry level. Or no, not entry level. They're just above entry level.
Okay.
Entry level is bronze, and then there's silver, and platinum. I think I got to go back and look. I forget how the series runs, but I've got the ones right above entry level.
So my buddy, growing up, my buddy Nick, you know Nick, right? His brother Mark actually had a Tahoe. And he had all Phoenix Gold. Everything was Phoenix Gold. The wiring, the amps, everything. But that was when Phoenix Gold was.
It was Phoenix Gold and Monster Cable.
Yeah, exactly.
You paid an assload of money for that.
Just for the labels.
And that was back before it was even OFC. Back then, you could have bought yourself, and you still can to this day, but you can get yourself 1/0 welding cable. The only problem with welding cable is, and it does just fine carrying current, but the problem with welding cable is the shit is hard to manipulate. Like, I get that wiring from Sky High because I can maneuver it around. I can get it over whatever I want.
It's not stiff,
you
right?
You get welding cable. I mean, it's not, don't get me wrong, it's not like a stick trying to break a stick or anything.
Right.
But you try and maneuver around that welding cable around, like, under your carpet and shit without taking the seats out, it's a bitch. Like, I follow these people, and the thing is when they're wiring their vehicle, they gut the entire vehicle. They take out the seats, and they take out the carpet. I ran everything myself under the carpet. You want to talk about, like, anybody that does that, I'm going to tell you right now, I much respect, because it is a pain in the motherfucking ass. And I don't have the room in my garage to take out the seats and stuff. So I just went for it, and it was a nightmare.
Dude, my boy Mark, who does the installs, the one that I told you that was, I drove the Mercedes for him to look. Actually, he's the one that I bought the, dude, he had his audio shop, right? and then he ended up closing the doors on it. So he had all these amps that were all like bangers and shit back in the 90s and shit like that. So that's where I picked up those sound streams in the original boxes and everything else because he owned the dealership. So they'd never been installed, never. But he had Extant. He had like all of these fucking like brands that I have not heard and seen in years. Man, I was just like going, dude, I want fucking all of them. But anyway, to what you were talking about, when I brought the Tundra over, he was like, yeah, he goes, I just did one like 2 days ago. He's like, we literally took all the door panels off, like stripped all the seats out of it, all the carpet, everything to the shell. And he said, and then he showed me this stuff. He got this, it's like Dynamat, but it's better. But he got it like
Soundskins probably.
Some Russian company.
Was it black?
It was, I think it was black, yeah.
So it wasn't.
But it was tacky.
It wasn't like chrome, right? Was the outside of it chrome?
I think it did have a chrome.
Because most of your sound deadener is gonna be chrome on the outside with the tacky stuff.
Yeah.
And Soundskins is like that, but they have a black matte finish to theirs, so it doesn't look chromy.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if it was the black or if it was the chromy. I know it was.
Did you see?
It was different than Dynamite. Dynamat.
Yep.
Yeah. It was different than Dynamite, so I knew it wasn't.
The my picture earlier where I had just the spare tire, like I had that done in Dynamat.
No, I didn't see that. But yeah, so he was showing me this stuff, and he's like, "Dude, this stuff is way better than what they sell here in the States." He goes, I have the supplier in out of Russia, and he's like, it's so much better. And he goes, what we'll do is we'll rip everything out of the truck and everything, and then just line the doors and everything with this, and then start building the system. And I'm just like going, okay, that sounds really fucking expensive.
Yeah, that's why people.
Okay, yeah.
You get what you pay for, dude. The
right.
thing is, I've learned so much.
But I'm trying to wrap my head around like all the different installs that I've ever done. Like they sounded fucking great for me. I'm not like trying to enter competitions and shit, but yeah.
The stuff I learned, man, we were barely scratching the surface. I shit you not, dude. I remember installing that system in your Prius, and we had to get your dad's help.
What do we need his help?
I don't remember what it was for. It was like something have to do with the battery or something, or and like some.
Dude, that system was fucking dope in that car.
Yeah, I know, and you don't understand what you have.
And I know. It's been. Trust me, I've had it for over a year.
Thought that was dope. You don't understand. You're gonna get one of those 12s. It built in a box that's made for that 12.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like, God, I gotta turn this down. I just can't do this all the time.
Well, that's what happened with the Prius, which was funny as shit, because Cody was actually reaching back there trying to fucking turn it down because I had a dial. Right, and he's like, "Oh my god, the bass is too much back here," because he's literally.
And you kept playing it, and he decided to be in it.
Yeah, and so I turned it on like 0 bass, and he was like, "Dude, it's too much fucking bass." I was like, "Dude, quit being a little bitch," and he fucking reaches back there and starts pulling wires while we're driving. I'll never forget, down 35.
I remember.
Where the bridge is on the highway.
You got it.
This motherfucker's just ripping wires out.
If he did that in my car, it would cause a fire, dude. You saw.
Yeah,
you saw what I'm gonna run.
He ended up blowing up the amp, blowing up the. There was a capacitor which was part of those wires. Yeah. Blew that up. I think he might have blown the speakers too, by doing that, because everything arced and everything else. Which I was glad because I was tempted to try to figure out how to wire it into the actual hybrid battery.
Don't do that. Do not do that. Trust me.
I know.
If we end up hitting the Tundra, we got to upgrade the electrical. Like that means the battery. You need to get a better battery. With higher CCAs, we need to run 1 gauge from the alternator to the battery.
So would that red Optima work as far as battery?
If you want to use it, do you have one out there?
Well, I have one in the 300. This is why I'm saying, because I'd rather.
I mean, if you want to use it, we can. Optimas just have become kind of obsolete in the industry.
Well, they've been shit quality. This is the 3rd fucking red one that I've had.
I'm not
for $250.
I'm just saying, like
$300 for fucking battery. Don't even work.
Here's what you gotta weigh. So. A system like that's going to take power.
Yeah.
And do you want to risk being out on the lake, us driving out there?
You're talking about the boat.
No.
Oh, what?
Like us driving out there,
and
then you were in the water, and we got to get the boat back on the trailer to take it back wherever, but you want it because your electrical's not going to start up because the Optima is taking a shit on you.
Yeah.
Because your electrical's your sub's drawn too much power.
Right.
Dude, it's
no, that's why I drive a Tundra, so that I know when I turn the key, it fucking starts.
it's a delicate dance, dude, between putting in like I didn't really ever think about it, but like your ground wire that goes to your chassis from your battery to your chassis, maybe at best maybe 4 gauge, maybe.
And which vehicle? On the Tundra?
On any one of them, dude.
Oh, okay,
even on my old Tundra, it's like 8 gauge to 4 gauge wire at best, dude. And you're going, and then your wire running from your alternator to your battery, 8 to 4 gauge at best.
Right.
And then that's made to run all the electrical in that vehicle.
Right.
Stock. And with a few accessories that you plug into your cigarette lighters.
Right.
Like, that's what your electrical's built to and nowadays they do have outlets in the trucks. I get that, whatnot.
Yeah.
Like plug-in outlets.
Right.
Cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But
power inverter
it's made
or whatever.
to do all that. It's not made to run because, like I said, just for 112, you're going to need at least 1,250 watts. You're gonna need 12. You're gonna need that power, and running just even 112, you're gonna see dimming headlights. You're gonna see.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna come to the point where everything's gonna start. The needles will start bouncing and shit, and that's why you run your 0 gauge from your. You run a 0 gauge wire from your alternator to your battery, and then you upgrade make a 0 gauge to the engine block, and then a 0 gauge taken the place to the chassis ground.
Yeah.
Too.
You know what's funny? So like. Love my dad to death. He's a smart, brilliant fucking man.
Yeah.
You know how many fucking arguments I've gotten into with him with car stereos and just stereos in general, right? And like I go, Dad, you know how many builds that I've done, and I go, and I've never had a fucking problem, like really ever, until some dipshit decides to start unplugging shit. But and I go, Dad, look at your last 2 boats. And I go, look at your last car. And I go, you're thinking of how to wire some shit up is not right.
I agree.
My dad's like, no, you can have a 40-foot fucking negative cable. I go, no, you can't.
I mean, it depends.
And then
it depends on how
with like 12 gauge wire. Like
if you ground straight to a frame rail, and you use 1/0. Yes, you can have 10. I don't recommend it.
No,
but you can have a 10 to 15 foot run if that's necessary.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be necessary. Ground should be short, so that way you don't run the risk of a ground loop.
So you know their Scarab, right? Their Scarab boat that they have.
Yeah,
they have JL's amps, individual amps. So each speaker has its dedicated amp to it, and then they also have.
Are you sure they're not crossovers?
No, they're actual. I've looked at them. They're actually amps. They're dedicated amps for each speaker.
I don't want to fuck with anything like that ever, dude.
And so, and then they have the can speakers, right? Which I forget the brand of them or whatever, but they're high end, whatever. But the wiring that they used, like literally, they heat up and they shut down. So like you can listen for like a minute and then they shut off and shut down.
Hey, Ray's on.
What?
Raymond's
on.
I'm down for that.
What?
Just let me finish mine first, because this has been, you can ask Lindsay too, this has been over a year and a half in the making, and I've just been setback after setback, and then there's some times that I just haven't felt like working on it. It's just like any other project that takes forever. You get that initial first few months of like
the fire.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm gonna finish.
And then you just realize where the finish line truly is, and you're like, you know what? This weekend, fuck it. It's not gonna be done for another 6 months anyway, so I'm just gonna chill this weekend. So, but yeah, and you never know, man. Maybe if I get in tight with some of these people in the industry, maybe I'll learn some things, and maybe I'll end up doing this eventually. Right now, I love my career and where I'm at, but if I can see a truly pliable.
Get enough clients
future,
and enough,
yeah,
yeah,
you know,
build enough, yeah.
Because I've had a few people since I started showing that off on Facebook and stuff like, hey, you know, can you hit me up with
Right.
help me out with a box? And
Well, then you got a podcast now too. You can talk about it.
And I'm going to be 100% honest with everyone. I don't do the math when it comes to the design of these boxes and tuning them.
Yeah, he sources that out, which is actually that's a smart thing.
Because the math is, I'm just not good with it. I suck. And and the thing is a box, you can buy a prefabbed box, but if you custom build a box tuned and built
Raymond, why don't you bring your damn car over here?
built to the parameters of that subwoofer specifically, the sound that you can get out of like legitimately an 8-inch subwoofer,
right?
Sound like almost a 15-inch, depending on how you build the box.
Those Sundown 8s, dude, I heard them and I was like going, what the fuck?
They are nuts.
They are. I was like going, holy shit. I go, if the 8 sound that good, I'm like,
Wolfram makes them too. Wolfram makes them. CT Sounds out of Houston.
Oh,
Houston makes them. B2 Audio, which they have the Rampage subwoofers, which held the world record a couple years back.
Wow.
They make 6.5-inch subwoofers that will beat the block down, dude. Seriously.
And you know it was weird. So the Prius, once again, it had the upgraded sound system, and they had 6.5-inch JL audio, and the magnet was almost the same size as the speaker. And I was like going, damn, like this is actually
JL
legit.
makes a W7 8-inch that is but the thing is you got JL so you can build, so there's two classes that people like to go in when they do a sound system. There's sound quality, which is SQ, and then there's bass, which is just flat out
SPL?
like I don't give a fuck, and that's SPL.
SPL, right? Yeah.
So now you can strike a balance between both, which is what I'm attempting to do with mine.
Yeah, I'm like so like with these earphones, these headphones, it's clarity and it's it's quality, like, especially when you're driving a Mercedes. You don't want bullshit sound coming out of that fucking car.
That's why I have
distortion, all that.
Bass knob. So the bass knob is like when I want like good just whatever and volume, good music, just a little bit of bump. But then when I pull up to that fucking stoplight and homie next to me is like doom doom, and I just fucking hit the arc reactor. Fucking turn that bitch up, and I just blow his fucking car off the street.
That's what's up
right
there.
MKZ, yeah, that's that MKZ. So,
hey, bro, it's even worse when it's a fucking Prius, and everybody looks and they're like,
I will say that, yeah.
They start laughing and
banging, dude. It was banging. But you'd be surprised what people put systems in nowadays. But dude, I'm trying to tell you what the things that we messed with. I'm telling you, man, they're not like those subwoofers you got in your
I know
in your guest room, dude. Those things will jumpstart your heart, bro.
I can't wait. Hey, look at Raymond's got a bunch of comments on there.
I have one 10-inch with a 1,000-watt amp with $18 head unit from Walmart for opera speakers. What 10-inch and what 1,000-watt amp?
Let's see. If Andy heard my system in my car, he would shit that I have 180 in it.
Yeah, because you don't even want to know the price tag.
Oh
man, I got millions. $1 million.
$1 million headers.
Yeah, I got a lot of money tied up in my system.
Kayla says, in NOLA, Delta Electronics do most of the speakers for the contest. See, I like to get...
a couple of the dudes that I follow go to Scraping the Coast quite often, or when it comes out every
year. Hey, Kayla, let's find out when Scraping the Coast is, and we might have to do a road trip.
If I...
especially Andy, I want to see...
Hopefully I get my shit done.
I want to see your car. We need to find a date, so now he has a deadline. And I will come over and I'll fucking help you to meet your deadline.
Here's the thing, and Raymond, you might be interested in this too, so... I've been following a lot of bass scenes, and I'll tell you the weakest bass scene like that I follow is here in DFW.
Yep.
There's like
so Raymond,
even Indianapolis.
You run a car show? Let's run a bass scene.
So there is yearly show that everybody talks about in the industry, and it's called Slamology, and it's in Indianapolis of all places.
Wow, that's where you're
Yeah.
born, right? Like
Yeah,
right
well,
outside
I was born
there?
in Indiana, but
Indiana,
yeah.
yeah.
And it's in Indianapolis of all places.
Uh-huh.
People drive for hundreds of miles to show their shit off, and this is where the real DB drag goes down. You know what I'm saying? Where you got like 12 15s, and it's hurricane force winds coming out of this motherfucker.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And there's a lot of competitions in
Oh
Cali.
shit, June 25th. Oh no.
Yeah,
You got 11 days, bro. Get after it. All right, Raymond, I'm calling all the cavalry.
Yeah,
Going over to
that's
Andy's
not gonna
house. We're
That's not
getting
gonna happen.
shit done.
I don't even know if I'm gonna get it back from upholstery before then.
Oh shit, next week.
Yeah, no, I won't.
Fuck.
Because
all right. Hey, okay.
I got to figure out
Hold
how
on.
to get it out there, and I got to figure a day to get it back. So
All right. So if you can't enter your car, would you want to go or could you go?
yeah, if I had the car done, I'd go and
But, no, I'm saying if you don't have the car.
no,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
no, I couldn't.
I know you have the kid and work and everything else. I was like,
When is the
would you be able
25th?
to? The 25th. When is the 25th? I don't even know. What day, week, whatever.
But isn't it like a week-long show or something?
I am not sure. 25th through the 27th. Fuck, where's my calendar? Here it is. 25th.
Oh, it's that weekend. It's the last weekend of June.
Yeah, so it's that 25th, 26th, 27th. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Probably not. Yeah.
All right, well, maybe
That'd be way too short a notice. Way too short a notice
Right.
with Jackson. I mean, technically, I could bring where is it at specifically?
She sent us the link, but unfortunately,
Is it in Louisiana, or is it in South Texas?
Raymond's trying to FaceTime us.
Dude,
Raymond, I'll just send you the
we're in the
damn
middle
link.
of the show, bro.
We're in the middle of a show, bro. I can't FaceTime you.
Yeah, can't talk
Jesus.
right now. Showing up over here on my screen.
Biloxi. Oh, that's not
Biloxi.
not even that far.
Where's Biloxi?
Mississippi.
Biloxi.
Louisiana? I don't even.
It's on the other side of Louisiana, isn't it? Where is Mississippi?
I don't know my map.
M-I, crooked letter, I, humpback.
Hey, well, the good thing is it's not too far from Destin.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna be able to make that. If we want to do something like that, I could do Scraping the Crows maybe next year. I'll get the car wrapped.
All right.
Because it's cheaper than a paint job. So much cheaper. I'll just do flat silver. What do you
Hell
think?
yeah.
You think matte silver would look good on that car?
Bro, I'll help you design it. We can come up with some cool ass designs and
I
concepts.
don't know. I just want to keep it super simple, man. Super clean.
Oh, boo.
I just want to do matte
Boo.
matte silver, just super clean, dude. I don't want. I want the interior to speak for it. The outside is going to be normal and maybe some rims.
Some Rams? Did you just say Rams?
R-Y-U-M-S. Rims. R-Y-U-M-S. That's how you spell that shit.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I'm fucking interested. I might just go. Like, I don't have a dog in the fight. Obviously, I got speakers, I got amps, I got fucking all that
You
shit.
don't know that if we do it next year, you may have a dog in the fight, dude.
Well, that's next year. I'm talking about like I just want to go to see what's out there, see what they're running, see what they're doing, kind of get a feel of the land. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then I have an idea of what to overcome.
I do. If you want to get an idea,
Yeah.
I'll just shoot you a couple of Instagram pages, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, fuck."
Because if the contracts and everything go through with the company that I'm hoping that things go through with, then yeah, I will not only be able to get
You're gonna have
the wire, I'll be able to
You're
get.
gonna have to start opening yourself up to just deleting the back seat altogether. Nobody's gonna.
I'm not opposed to that as long as they can they sit on the box.
Or we build a blow through.
Because the thing is, it's like you got a boat that's yacht certified, so it means unlimited people. So
I
And
could
typically-
build a box that goes about as far out to your wheel wells, and you lose some space out there, but it could be a good blow through into the.
So you're talking about in the bed of the truck, right? See, I wouldn't be
What we do
opposed
is
to
we
putting it
cut
in
a
the bed.
hole and you put accordion boot and you seal it with
Yeah.
with sealant.
Yeah. Well, there's the bed there's the bed wall, right? But then there's the actual truck wall. There's 2 walls.
I know.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know you know that.
Yeah,
Some people think there's just one wall in between the truck bed, and no, there's actually 2.
Yeah, no, I know.
You can't go through one. You got to go
That's
through
why
2.
you use your accordion boot. You use the accordion boot
Yeah.
to connect them, and then you seal your accordion boot.
Which is why, like, if you ever see the work boots, you know, the steel toes and stuff, like I wore earlier when we were snake hunting.
Snake hunting trousers.
Snake hunting. Yeah, so that's why we slide those in between the bed and the cab, because
Honestly, I want to. I would like. The problem is that my system isn't finished, so it's not like I can just go holler at bass heads and be like, yeah, let's get a group together, but I ain't got nothing to show, but I'm running the club. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but you got to look at, like, okay, so let's give Raymond's scenario. So he's running the classic car shows and all that other stuff, right? But his cars aren't in it. He doesn't have a dog in a fight.
I know.
So, and then here's the catch: if he did, then it would be a conflict of interest. So he can't have his own vehicles. Now, it would be a great showpiece.
It wouldn't be a conflict of interest if he didn't enter his vehicles in the contest.
Right. It would be.
He could have them there.
He can have them there, yes. But if it was a competition between his cars and the people that are there, then yeah,
well, I'm not trying to win any decibel levels, man. I'm just trying to have a cool looking fucking system.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, you might get some design awards. You might get some kind of. I mean, if we want to run our own car show, or stereo, competition, we could do a design element. Like how much effort, energy, and thought did somebody put into something? Is it like, was it thrown together $180?
Oh, yeah, no, that's
was it like?
Yeah, no doubt. Did they put time and money into it? Like,
Did they throw a zebra fucking blanket on top of it and called it a fucking interior? No offense,
bro,
Raymond.
man, it's crazy. the stuff that these companies are doing now, man. The custom work, it's insane.
Oh, I love it, but that's the thing though. It's like I love creativity. I love ingenuity. I love like somebody that did something like dual purpose type of thing. Something they made something that wasn't supposed to do something, but now it's doing this, and that kind of thing. Like. That to me is like just that engineering, that thought process that like, hey, I think I found a better solution for this.
Dude, I had to troubleshoot
awesome.
all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Once everything's done, I'm gonna do a run through and I'm gonna take pictures of all the wiring that's actually run through that vehicle. And you're gonna be like, holy shit.
So Kayla says the pics of the Camaro wins design every year. So see, she said there's a design element. I'm gonna try
Which Camaro is it? The one that looks like Optimus Prime? Because I follow that dude. His shit is crazy. He spent, he's probably got a $200,000 car and it's a Camaro. I'm not that serious about Camaros.
Is it a catfish?
What do you mean?
They call it the catfish Camaro.
No, this one's called. It's
No. It's not called catfish, but it's a catfish. They call it the catfish because it looks like catfish.
No, this one looks like Optimus Prime.
Gotcha.
It's fucking crazy.
What the fuck?
I wish we could post some of these pictures right now.
I'm trying to.
It won't let me post pictures in the comments because we're live. So.
But you can go to where it says, banners. Oh wait, hold on. Brand. Click on where it says brand. Oh, you don't have an iPhone, do you? Or do you?
No, I don't.
Oh, well, fuck.
Yeah.
You're fucking one of those.
Yeah, fifth grade? What? I don't understand. What gen Camaro? Oh, fifth. Oh, okay. My bad.
So, yeah, where it says comment.
Bad, bruh. He said fifth? Fifth gear?
Yes, the Catfish Camaro generation.
Catfish Camaro generation.
All right. Kayla, you could have clicked and held down the picture and save photo instead of taking screenshots of them, but... All right, hold on.
Are you having issues this evening? Yes, I am.
Let's see.
So, those of you who tuned in this evening, we've had an interesting conversation about car audio.
I know.
Which seems
we've
to
had
be
the last hour of car audio.
I feel like we need to have somebody on that actually can, like, how'd you get into it? Like, actually interview him.
We can. Mark, if you're listening.
Mark, or Curtis Wayland, if you're listening, you're happy to do it. I'll reach out to you if you ever want to do it. There's a guy named Jason Singer out of Plano who does he does a lot of car audio fab. I mean, they're way better than I am. I'll tell you that right now.
Nice.
I'm telling you, Devin, we should just
What?
build those 12s and just fucking hammer the 155s and 160s.
So what you're saying is we just turn the Tundra into a competition vehicle.
I mean, we wouldn't even. I mean, if you didn't want to even do a blow through, you just do a daily. You could still be a daily driver. Patrick would probably get beat to death. Like if he's driving that thing, he probably.
Patrick ain't gonna be driving it for fucking much longer.
I know, but still, you're gonna go riding with him. He's gonna bounce him out of the window. Boom.
Yeah.
I just sent you a lot of pics. Ooh.
Yeah, she did. Ooh. Oh yeah.
I love your subs.
That shit is on point.
All right, so
Shit.
9:46. We got 15 minutes to burn.
Why is this not?
Let me try some of this vodka. Which one am I?
Oh, that's why. Oh yeah, let's bust out the vodka.
I already know this is. So.
What we got? One of them's just a normal, like no flavor, no bullshit. All right, what we got?
Ball sack. No, just kidding. I had to sneak
Ball
balls.
sack, balls. I know, right?
Get
Wait,
balls
we
in
went,
there
we
tonight.
went a whole how many minutes, hours?
This
without
has got grapefruit and Kylon cinnamon.
I have no idea what the fuck that is.
This one's strawberry and lemons. This one's apple and ginger root.
Oh shit, we got even an unopened one.
Muffy, you are just too kind.
Dude, Muffy.
Oh, it's a repeat. This one's a repeat.
Yeah,
of the other
it's that's what I was saying. So we have one that's a virgin, and we have one that's not so virgin.
Organic
yeah,
vodka.
we got one that's dirty.
So I got pomegranate. What do you want?
Well, shit. Oh, we don't have shot glasses up here. Damn it.
I mean,
what are my options? I got some lemon thing, some
you got apple, strawberry, lemon, or fucking grapefruit and cinnamon.
yeah, exactly. I don't do grapefruit, period. So let's go with the apple.
Apple.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Oh shit. There ain't nothing in there, bro. We already got after it.
Why would you put an empty bottle back in the box?
Oh, somebody
foul.
fucking failed. Let me guess. The only one that's left is
Yeah, so
the grapefruit nasty fuck.
Yeah, no, the only one left is the fucking grapefruit cinnamon.
I'll be a trooper. I'll fucking do the grapefruit.
Here.
I hate grapefruit.
Here's some cinnamon butthole.
Woo.
Cinnamon anus.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Jesus, guys.
Do I need to shake this up, guys?
Oh, that's a good idea. Shake before serving. It's of a car peeps.
What? Huh?
You guys suck at responding back.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
We don't know. He's asking about the
Shit,
Camaro.
we got like 6 fucking comments. My bad.
Ray, we don't know. She was talking about the Camaro, so we're not sure. So, I'm not trying to suck at responding back. She was the one that mentioned the Camaro, so I don't
Sorry,
know.
bro. I was trying to.
And the one that I see on Instagram, I don't even know what year it is. It's a newer one, and he wrapped it. It looks like the guts of Optimus Prime. He's got red wheels on one side, blue on the other, and his steering wheel talks and shit. And it's got the Autobots thing, and he says whenever he walks out to his garage, he says Optimus Prime start, and he goes, and it says Autobots roll out.
All right, there's one picture.
Oh, that's the old SS's from the 90s.
Yeah, the catfish. We call them the catfish, bro.
Okay, why is that a catfish?
If you look at the front of the cars,
Whatever.
Raymond knows.
That was the Okay, so this is a very well put together Camaro. Absolutely.
And that's why it wins
The
design.
only thing is I think that is the worst body style Camaro that was ever made. I hate that.
Don't
body
fucking
style.
tell Kayla. She loves the
I hate that
catfish.
body style. I
I'm not.
absolutely hate it.
I'm not a big fan. I like the '80s version.
My
better.
boy Gary used to have an orange, the
Gary,
white one
Gary?
with the white with the orange stripes. and the old SS. And you want to talk about a fast Camaro? That was a pretty quick Camaro. Stop.
Yeah.
It was pretty quick.
Uh-huh.
OMG, that's my fave, not mine.
Well, somebody's got to like that.
Oh, look at the system.
Yeah, so that
Man.
that was the before and after the way they did the. See, there's hope. There's hope, bro. There's hope.
I'm getting closer, man. I'm almost done. I'll be there one day.
One day I'll be there.
And see, my stuff isn't even near as clean as that. Like I'm doing some dope shit, but that's dope shit.
Dude, when they do like the that fiberglass that work, that shit looks
Yeah, the dash and the consoles and stuff.
Yeah, that to me is fucking amazing. Like that looks awesome.
That dude out
Shit.
at Pyramid Customs, he builds some sick consoles. Oh my
really?
god, yes. Oh, they're so awesome. They are beautiful.
That's awesome. Hey, Raymond, this picture right here is for you. So
Want to become famous?
I know you like the
My followers,
undercarriage.
his viewers on bigfollows.com.
Don't give fucking
XW.
spammers fucking
Thumper.
credence.
Hey, Thumper. Ooh. Where's Lindsay at tonight? She's been quiet tonight.
I know she has been.
Are you still listening? Do I have your attention?
Is there anybody else?
So tomorrow night, I'm going to karaoke night with work.
What?
Yes.
Speaking of karaoke,
And I know I'm most likely, will probably be one of the most likely ones to do it, but I've never done it before.
so you remember Lena Bina?
I remember Lena Bina.
So she had a gig over at our favorite, Kayla and I's favorite place, which is Bourbon Street. And which is over in the colony. You know where we met Tom?
Yeah.
The Shacks. It's in front of that. Yeah. So we went like. So I was like, well, fuck, I can't leave Willow, right? Because like she just had this traumatic event. Blah blah blah.
Oh, so you still went out?
So I was like, you know what?
Of course she did.
No, I brought her with me.
Uh-huh.
Because, you know, puppies
She needs
are
to be
allowed.
resting, but fucking, let's take
She
her
did.
out.
She rested out there. She needed love and attention. She got love. She got mad love. And Lena did a little bit. And a couple other people even sang to her and shit. It was the funniest thing ever.
To the
They,
dog?
yeah, they literally sang, not only sang to the dog, but they like put the microphone. Like the dog was going to say
I
some
was
shit
really,
back.
Man, too bad she didn't.
I know. Normally, she probably would have fucking sang back.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, it was funny. They even changed the lyrics of songs and shit to like to include her in it. I was like, oh my god, like the whole place was like it was really cool experience.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
So there's your Liz. Booyah. Yes, I'm here, just watching TV at the same time. Oh, she's multitasking.
Yeah, she's probably True Blood. She discovered True Blood back on
True
HBO.
Blood.
Yeah, it's a.
I know what it is. Like
Yeah.
I didn't know that show was still around.
Well,
That
HBO
shit's-
Max has. You can get either HBO or HBO Max. Either app you get, you can get. You go all the way back. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been watching it too. Pretty crazy stuff.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, vampire acceptance. You know what I mean? Like equal rights for vampires.
Holy Jesus.
I'm surprised she caught me,
I got into
or
that.
she actually listened.
I got into that show and fucking eons ago. But I
like it.
forgot about it.
It's crazy. I like it because it's so far-fetched and yet stupid at the same time.
She said, I've watched them all, but I'm watching them again. Love it.
Hmm She likes the Twilight series too.
Oh, God.
Vampires that live in the forest and glisten in the sun.
Yeah.
Sounds more like fairies. Back in my,
Yeah,
back in
that's
my day,
weird,
vampires suck blood, not cock. Like,
So here's the Tundra, the one on the left.
Tinkerbell and Dracula got together and they had a son. His name was Edward, and he starred in the Twilight series. Hey,
the
that's
red and
pretty
the black. Yeah, that Tundra.
I'm not gonna lie. The Chevy, the way it's slammed, edges it out a bit.
It does.
Although I do like the black rims on the black black wheels on the Tundra.
Yeah.
The black.
Yeah, the chrome just doesn't do it on that Chevy. I do like the fact that it's slammed. It looks decent on that.
I've seen a completely dropped Tundra. They look pretty dope.
Yeah, they do.
Looks
They
like
almost kind of look like a. Because you remember the NASCAR they had the Tundra NASCAR. It kind of looks like that, and I was like, dude,
like
that
also like a big train, like a train truck,
right? Choo
boat
choo,
room.
bitch.
So I was looking at the Chevys, and I'm sure I'm not the first one to see this, but I was looking at the Chevy trucks the other day in the back of them, right?
Yeah.
And if you watch, not all models, but the majority of models, if you look at the exhaust tips, they look like USB ports. USB 1, USB 2. They look like the back of my fucking TV. I shit you not. Next time you see a brand new Chevy, look down at it.
All you got to do is go next door. Dan's got one.
Look at the fucking tail.
Now you got me like curious. Like I want to go out after the podcast and go look at it.
See, like USB 1, USB 2.
That's fucking hilarious.
Like there's the PlayStation. There's where the cable plugs in.
So speaking of exhaust, so for my dad for his birthday, I bought him Flowmaster Outlaw exhaust. Yeah.
On what's it going on? The Tundra?
The Tundra.
Does he still have the same one?
No. Okay, get this. So get this. This is fucking funny as shit, right? So my dad had the same year as I did, right, back in the day. It got a bunch of hail damage, like did $60,000 worth of damage to the house and damage to Tundra and everything else. So he went in his infinite wisdom and decided to go fucking buy a brand new Tundra, right? And I'm like going, oh yeah, look at you with your balling ass fucking brand new Tundra. Dude, this thing has more dents than any fucking vehicle I've ever seen in my life. I go, Dad, you should have kept the 08 or because I was like, it had no dents in it other than the hail. Your new truck looks like it got fucking obliterated with a sledgehammer.
No.
Dude, every angle, bro, every panel has a fucking dent in it. And I'm like going, what the fuck did you do to your truck?
What are you doing, man?
I know.
Why aren't you pimping Big Daddy out? I mean, shit.
So I bought him the blackouts for the his taillights. I think it was a year before or something. And like my dad said, he's like, dude, I've gotten more compliments and more like about that one addition to the truck. He goes, now I had to buy the fucking third brake light to match it. He's like, thanks for buying me that. Now I got to buy the fucking other one to match it.
Flowmaster says you got him put on.
So that's where I was going with that story. So he went there and showed him. He went to the guy that I went to for my Mercedes, and they quoted him like over $1,000. Mind you, I got the Mercedes done with all new stainless steel pipe. I got an X pipe, and I got 2 racing pipes for under $1,000.
On your Mercedes?
On the Mercedes, yes. So when my dad said they quoted him over what? Yeah.
On your Mercedes?
On a yes, no bullshit.
That's not just a normal swap.
No, that was a full. Oh, and I did a cat removal.
That's not a normal swap. That on a Mercedes.
Yeah.
So anybody that doesn't understand when it comes to German engineered fucking cars.
Fucking cars.
Yeah. Nothing is just an even swap. Nothing is normal
and
swap.
Nothing is easy ever.
Holy shit. So the fact that you got it for under $1,000 and your dad didn't is fucking nuts, especially on a Toyota.
Yeah, so he told me that, and so he went but so I ended up when I took the Mercedes, I was there with the owner's son. The owner's son, I guess, was like took over that place.
Yeah.
So he had a Viper. And so him and I were like just bullshitting, talking, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, dude, we were talking, killing it. And he was like, yeah, just pick whatever exhaust or muffler you think you want to hear, on your car. And we'll just put it on there and we'll try it, see if you like it, whatever. And I was like, well, I'll do one better. I was like, I'll pick a couple that I think. I told him kind of what the sound and stuff that I wanted and everything. I was like, I don't want that fucking rattle shit sounding empty tin can fucking sound.
Yeah, okay, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Like I want it sound meaty, beefy, low end, just rumble shit.
Yeah, like a real V8.
Yeah, well, I mean, it has V8 in it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
that American throat.
Yeah, just that throaty. Just when I stomp on it, it sounds like holy fuck. Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a Ferrari or an Indy car.
No, and not too big of The 300 kind of sounds like that.
I get why Lamborghinis and stuff sound like that, and they're dope and everything, but that's also a V10 and a V12.
Yeah, it's a different sound, different. Actually, Toyota made a
rev limit too.
V10 that sounds fucking amazing. The LFA, oh, dude, go listen to the sound on that shit.
They is it the one they put in that Lexus?
Yeah, it's a Lexus LFA.
They actually tune the exhaust. Yamaha tuned the exhaust.
Yeah.
Their music division.
Yeah.
Because Yamaha makes instruments too.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
it makes sound
I read
systems.
read on that because of that. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They actually sent it through and had Yamaha tune it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I remember.
Yeah, so he got that. So I ended up bullshitting with that guy or whatever, and we tried like 3 or 4 different mufflers and stuff on there, and I ended up having everybody in the shop. We were all like taking votes, like what's your favorite one, blah blah blah, and like all of us when we put that Craven racing exhaust on there, everybody was like, even me, I was like, yep, that's the one. And so they just fucking welded it on and called it a day or whatever. But yeah, so my dad ended up not using the Outlaw. He ended up going with the MagnaFlow, and then of course my mom's all like, "It's not even fucking loud enough." And I'm just like,
It could be loud enough, and Mom would complain.
yeah. And I told her, I was like, "Mom, like the Tundra doesn't even make a fucking sound when you start the thing up." I was like, "This is a way better improvement."
Yeah, like shit. What do you want? I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
How old are we? Like,
Right?
I get we may want louder cars. You guys are in.
And then my dad gives me
Son.
shit. He's like, "Dude, your car's supposed to be luxury. It does not sound like a luxury car."
So let me.
I was like, "That's the whole fucking point."
Yeah, I don't remember what model it is. Mario used to work for a guy that had one of the. It was a 4-door sedan, and he got the exhaust to where it came out right under the back doors.
Mm-hmm.
And it came out with the body kit. It's because he got it custom, and that's what it sounded like. He started it up, and it sounded like he started up a fucking like an 8-cylinder fucking Corvette or Camaro, or something like that. That's exactly what, and it was fucking loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cold starts on my car are just fucking ridiculous. Even my neighbors are like, "Dude, what the fuck?" They're like, "I love the sound though."
I need you to calm down, Devin. It's just a Mercedes. No, that's a lot of engine for that little car, though.
Oh, dude. Okay, so my other story. So when I was coming home the other night from Arlington, there was 4 cars that decided, hey, like they all wanted to race, one of which was a Mercedes. And I was like, okay, let's see what your Mercedes versus my Mercedes.
Versus my Mercedes. Devin's bougie.
The bougie mobile.
The bougie exhaust. Even though it doesn't sound bougie.
No, it sounds like it's going to rip your fucking face off. Well, especially when I get after.
The cost. Well, no, I guess the cost.
The cost wasn't, I mean, honestly, like.
Under 1,000 is not bougie.
No, the tuning and everything that I had done, I was like, I had it, like, if I would have went anywhere else, it had been exponentially more expensive.
No doubt, man.
But, yeah, so we were heading, oh, God, I want to say it was like 380 or something. And, dude, I let them all go ahead. And I was like, just go ahead. I see them all fucking doing this number right. And I'm just like, oh, that's fucking cute. And so I see all this shit. And I'm like, holy shit, there's 4 fucking people like trying to race right now. I was like, all right. So then I floor it. And at one point, I fucking not only passed them, but instead of most people like slow down after, you pass somebody. No, I just said, fuck it. I'm going to just keep going.
Fuck it. Deuces, bitches.
And then I told Kayla, I was like, I literally looked in the rearview mirror and I couldn't even see those motherfuckers anymore. I was like, fuck your car.
Sometimes you just got to go fast.
And it was just perfect environment. There was like nobody on the road. It was not wet. It was just perfect. There was nobody nowhere. And, of course I had.
That's how I'm going to feel about my stereo when it's done. Cold start sounds best.
Yeah.
They always sound best when they're real tight and cold. The speakers.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, like whenever.
Wait, do speakers do the same thing too?
So
cold start on a speaker too?
when you have a killer system, it doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
you will notice a difference between running your system in summer and running your system in the winter. In the
Yeah,
winter,
I mean,
and it's because heat robs power.
yeah.
And when you run in the winter,
I almost feel like the winter was like more of a punch.
yeah, it's because
it was more of a like.
it was because the materials it's made out of. It's just like
Yeah.
anything else. The colder it gets, the more rigid it gets.
Yeah.
The warmer it gets, the looser it gets.
So I mean, that's the only thing that winter is good for is
think about
horsepower in your car.
Yeah.
Fucking,
think about how
yeah.
much better your car performs.
Oh,
when it's
dude,
colder.
my car is
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous.
when I get anything, my car isn't a V8 twin turbo, but
Yeah.
when I get anything below like 70,
Uh-huh.
car runs like a fucking dream, dude. Like it
Yeah.
just gets it and shits and gets. But
Yeah.
then again, after I put all this weight in my car, it probably won't.
That's the other thing too. I was like, I got to be careful what I put in this car because that's exponential weight.
Oh, you have no idea, dude. That's the sub.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, all those races and shit. I'm like, fuck.
And you gotta understand, dude. Like you're not just.
Although I did have a case of Crown in the back of my
if you,
and all
if you go
when I beat all those fucking guys.
if you build MDF,
Uh-huh.
you're looking at a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
If you build birch, you're looking at more money. So it's like
But birch is lighter,
birch
right?
is lighter, so
right.
you'll probably save 2 to 3 pounds, maybe 4 or 5
Uh-huh.
at best. But MDF's gonna be a
Fuck.
heavy motherfucker.
I got to figure out how to weight reduction on this fucking
And
car.
you gotta understand that some depending on how big some of these systems are, I mean,
Yeah.
the back end fucking sinks, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of people put air, so you won't have to do all that. But
No. Actually, I am eventually going to upgrade the suspension in it just because.
I
mean,
guarantee you,
yeah.
if you build that box, build that sub, put that 12 in that car,
mhm.
and put more than 2 people in that back seat, 3 or more, or 2 or more,
Mhm.
and then 2 people, you're gonna notice a difference.
Yeah.
You may not notice it with just a sub. Then again, you may. I don't
Mhm.
know. It's a
Difference
lot of
as
weight.
far as
you're
what,
throwing.
like horsepower and like it wanting to launch?
Yeah, like horsepower, power to weight ratio.
Yeah.
You may not. It may.
Right.
Maybe you got enough horsepower just to counteract it all. I don't know, dude. But that's a heavy speaker, and the box that you're gonna have to build is gonna be almost just as fucking heavy.
Kayla said one S over the other S. Speed or sound.
Yeah.
I know, and I didn't even really
Or-
think about it till
Or
now.
you settle for a smaller sub that can put out almost as good as sound in a smaller enclosure. You save weight, and you.
So what you're saying is an old school bazooka tube? Remember those?
No, those are so gone, so far gone. There are people that still like build tubes, but
Yeah.
it's way different than they used to be.
Dude, I would love to have think about as far as the physics and stuff, you have a round tube with a round speaker.
Yeah, but you also have to have it tuned to the
Right.
specific airspace.
I get that, but just logically it makes sense that that should be the superior because you're pushing it and it's all going one direction and it's all going, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Dude, there's so much research in the waves and speakers waves and the sound waves now that it.
well, yeah, when you put the wave, like
if you
both
have
wave
an
and
extended speaker tube, yes,
yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
the thing
not
is
a short one.
that limits your. It limits a lot of what you can do because you have, with some speakers it'd have to be so stupidly long
Right.
that you would
A
probably
cannon. Fucking cannon.
Put the back seats down and it's still touching stuff in the front. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
too much junk in the trunk. Nice.
Chase Armand.
What's up, bruh?
Hey, Chase,
My little homie.
came in just in time for me to go to the restroom.
Chase says I like JBL speakers.
JBL's dope. They aren't in the competition near as much as they used to be. They
No.
actually don't even place in the lanes. JL doesn't even place in the lanes anymore. But then again, JL is SQ and not SPL. But yeah, JBL used to make a gigantic fucking amp. I forget what it was. A lot of people. It was a big cheater amp.
I used to have way back in the day. It was a JBL. It was a dual voice coil, and it actually sounded really fucking.
Oh, they don't make bad.
Yeah.
You just don't see it. The people don't run it anymore. Give me just 1 second.
Go ahead, take your potty break.
Yeah, little boy's room.
Yeah, I've had a lot of JBL speakers. They're pretty good. They use them mostly nowadays for concerts and stuff. To what Andy was saying, it's mostly a clarity and quality over the SPL, which is your sound pressure level, which is like your bass and that sort of stuff. And you said and AirPods. Yeah, your observation and definition of a quality speaker is not even remotely close to what we're talking about. Still love you though, bro. Speaking of which, yeah. So these headphones that I have on, they came with this case, right? That has another case inside of it. And not only that, where is it at? Feel better now?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find.
So much better. What you looking for? What you looking for over there?
So we were talking about quality speakers and stuff. So, and I was telling him these speakers that I got right here, or these headphones. This is the best. It came with a case.
Oh yeah.
Inside of a case.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I love how he went from JBL speakers to
AirPods. I know. That's what I was like. I was like, bro, like your level of quality speakers and ours are like two totally different areas we're talking about.
I'm talking about speakers that handle 2,000 watts minimum.
Yeah, not 2 watts.
Although AirPods are dope.
They are pretty badass.
Yes, they are. Faux show.
Well, and especially if you got the Pro. I don't know if you have
They like cases.
the Pro.
What, like statutory rape cases? I mean, what? They like to catch cases where they messing with underage people? What? Who likes cases? I don't get it.
He's 10, by the way.
Oh, crap.
Sorry. Minor important detail.
Oh, man. You
It's
know
all
what?
good,
I
it's
take
all
back everything I just said. I
all
shouldn't
good.
even.
It's all good you didn't know.
So, what's he doing up this late? Why is he here? Darn it.
It's Kayla's kid.
I know.
All right. I didn't know.
I know. Just playing. JBL speakers. Okay, that makes. I get it now.
I'm trying to look at all this shit this came with, bro.
Hey, he said he's 11, bro.
Oh,
Get it
11.
right.
My bad.
He said it's. I'm 11, motherfucker. You best get it right. Recognize,
Right.
bitch. Shit. He's like, you forgot whose block he was on. From the streets.
I'm from the streets. New Orleans. That's funny because actually Chase says that all the time.
New Orleans.
I'm from the
I'm from the
streets.
NO.
He said, I'm from the streets. And
NO.
Kayla's like, yeah.
Get it
Frisco.
right. Get it right, big homie.
Oh, I love you, bro.
This Nilla wafer right here. Straight from the NO already. From the 9th Ward. Calio Projects.
That's fucking funny. Yeah, and here's the funny part. The only kid that was born in Texas, and yet he's the only one that likes Louisiana.
What you know about Magnolia Slim and the Calio Projects? 9th Ward.
Oh, shit, Caleb. Yeah, he claims NOLA and nobody else does, and he's the only one that's not born in NOLA.
That's our secret, Mom. Not anymore.
Shit, now the whole world knows.
Secret is out.
It is no longer a
He's
secret.
like, as far as I'm concerned, I was born in that spot, motherfucker. Drew Brees till I die, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, in fact, he's wearing a Drew Brees jersey today.
Boy, that's going to be another Brett Favre, man. He ain't going to retire till he's like 56. He's still going to be throwing touchdowns.
Kayla says, I love Magnolia Slim. I don't even know who the hell y'all talking
Soldier
about.
Slim.
Soldier Slim?
He got shot a long time ago.
Wait, Soldier Slim got shot or Magnolia?
Yeah, but the same guy. At least that's what I was told. It was Magnolia Slim at one point and then Soldier Slim.
Oh, shit. All I know is Soldier Slim and Master P and Mystical and all them. They were all part of that No Limit Soldiers.
Well, Mystical.
I thought I told you.
Mystical disappeared because of statutory rape charges, as we were talking about earlier.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that's why he disappeared for a while. He went down for messing around with a minor.
Damn, what's up with all these fucking R. Kelly rapping motherfuckers
So
to do that?
No Limit was a dope record label in the 90s, and the reason, and there's multiple reasons for it, but the main reason that it went, he saturated the market extremely fast. If you remember at one point,
Who's he?
Master P.
Okay.
If you remember at one point between like 98 and probably I'd say 01, they were dropping a different album from a different artist almost weekly.
Yeah.
And the problem is they were using Beats by the Pound and I think one or two other producers. And all their music started sounding exactly the same. The only time it was different when it was Snoop, Master P, C Murder, or Silk, or Mystical. Those are the only. Sometimes Mia X. Mia X held her own. You went to for a female rapper, she doesn't get enough credit. That bitch went hard. She didn't have to do it about, like, she would throw in some sexual innuendos, but she didn't have to talk about fucking, sticking her pussy out in her wap and all this shit. She like went hard. Like, I'm from the hood. You can kiss my ass, motherfucker. I'm about to get some grits and fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Mia X she was a badass, dude. Like, lyrically, she smashed half these females that think they can rap. She make Cardi B look like Cardi
Z.
F. F for that's what you get on your raps. Fail.
Right.
But
F for fail.
But yeah.
Kayla says Mia X is back. Just dropped another album.
Yeah, but is it mainstream right now? Because if it is, I haven't heard.
I'll have to check it out.
Big Timer's going to be Cash Money. And that's the other thing. Cash Money came out, and they ended up sticking with the whole longevity thing. They outlasted No Limit. And No Limit is just,
I thought I told you.
They were dope, man.
Yeah.
No Limit Soldiers. I thought
I told you.
Like,
yeah.
Say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit was
time to check my crack house. My crack house. My crack house. I was like, wait, this song is about a crack house? Like who the fuck sings about a crack house?
He put a movie out in the theater. I got to hook up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Problem is
hook up. Holly, if you hear me. What?
He took care of his artists.
Yeah.
Still made a fortune, but the thing is he let his artists drop albums all the fucking
almost too much, man. It's like
That's why it was the same.
Yeah. So I didn't even discover him till I moved to Missouri, and when I went to Missouri, like every fucking buddy was Master P this, Master P that.
So I can drop a bunch of names that literally dropped 1 to 2 albums and disappeared. Okay, Skull. So you ever heard of Skullduggery?
Yep.
Okay, Cain and Abel.
Yeah. They did a couple.
Mac. He dropped one called Shell Shocked, and it was actually a halfway decent album, but you never heard of it, did you?
I don't remember that one.
That because the
Oversaturation.
Yeah, Oversaturation. You didn't hear it. And of course there was Silk the Shocker, C Murder, Master P, Mystical. They were always dropping hot ones. Snoop was on the label for a little while. He dropped 2 albums with them, 1 or 2 albums. Hold on, it was Turf War back home. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's a big between No Limit and Cash Money.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Cash Money sucked compared to No
Cash
Limit.
Money was like Badass Yellow Boy was actually a, if I remember right, it was a diss to Mystical.
Oh, really?
There was beef between Mystical and Cash Money at one point. Let's see who else came out.
Yeah, Mystical could flow, man. That guy would just.
There was one album after another, man, that just came out, and they would all be mixed in with honestly, one of my favorite albums was like a couple of them was Ice Cream Man, Master P.
Yeah, I have that
and
CD
Ghetto Dope.
Ghetto Dope. Yeah, and they tell you how to cook crack in the fucking song. It's crazy.
Recipe, like, you couldn't get away. Well, maybe you could get away with that now, but now it's like cooking in the pot. Crock, crock, crock. Like that. I don't know what song that is, but he's like, hot, cooking in the pot. It's just fucking shitty ass rap.
Chase, don't ever mention the word Nelly ever again.
What about Nelly? I mean, look.
I have a story about Nelly.
He held his own back in the day.
And if Nelly's listening, I fucking hate you. I thought you were an arrogant prick back when I first met you. And I think you're just garbage.
Hey, you know what it is? Money changes people, bro. It is what it is. What are you gonna do?
Well, the thing was, so he went to the same school as I did, right? And actually, I was hanging out with a bunch of my friends, and like they're like, "Hey, let's go over to this homeboy's house," right? And I'm like, "Well, who the fuck is this person?" And they're like, "Oh, you'll like him, blah blah blah. Like you like rap music and blah blah blah. You like Master P, No Limit, and all that, right?" So they knew because I didn't
Saint
even,
lunatics.
right? I didn't even know who the fuck Master P was until I moved to Missouri, right? And then everybody. And then, of course, it was him and Too Short, which I fucking love Too Short still to this day, man. Too Short is he's just a fucking baller rapper.
These tales of freak.
Yeah, I'm just like,
That tale so.
yeah, and he's got some songs that I cannot repeat the lyrics right now at this time. But yeah, so I kind of discovered them. And anyway, so this girl, Melissa Sestick, I'll never forget, she was a cheerleader. She was like, I don't know if she was trying to date me or what the fuck her intentions were. You can ask her.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so we went over to Nelly's house, or I forget his actual real name. But I'll never forget, we were in his room, hanging out, bullshitting. He's like, he was like, I'm gonna change real fast, blah blah blah. And we start talking. And he's like, hey, I just want to let y'all know I'm not gonna be here next year. And I'm like, oh, what do you mean? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm gonna go to a private school probably. If not, I'm gonna probably get homeschooled or something. I'm like going, well, why? And he's like, yeah, I got this big deal, like I got this record deal, blah blah blah. And I'm like going, I just met you, motherfucker. I don't know, like what record deal? I'm like, he's like, yeah, I got signed to this label, and he's like, I'm gonna leave school, blah blah blah. And it just, the way he acted and stuff, it just felt like he was writing checks before they even, like, you know what I mean?
Well, you know what it is. See where
like the ego was building up before he even,
He's performing with at Lava Cantina.
Exactly.
Like,
karma, bitch.
he's still selling tickets. People still go to see him, but
yeah, he's not. God, it was, and I hate to say it, and what was so bad is that, like, of course, I was in St. Louis area, so I kept hearing all of his songs.
Yeah.
And then I moved down back to Texas, and then all of a sudden it started getting radio play here, and I'm like, I can't get away from this motherfucker.
He did what he had to do, I guess, man. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean he made his money, and apparently he had a house that was listed, ironically, in Eureka, which is where my parents and I almost moved to. We found this badass house, dude. It was 4 stories. It was the coolest fucking house. But the reason why we didn't get it was because the road to get to it, there was no way any of our moving trucks could ever get to the house.
Yeah, there was the Dolomite. I remember Dolomite. And Dolomite was also a character off something, too, as well. Ain't no job, but I stay.
Oh, he's talking about Big Timers. Oh my God, bro, you were.
I remember every time I come around, he said they bling bling.
Oh my God,
that shit was going off for a while, dude.
Yeah.
Dolomite. One of my favorite songs with Mia X was Mia X, Master P, and Foxy Brown. It was Party Don't Stop. That was a dope song. That was a party fucking jam, man. That shit was badass. Yeah, again, I like Mia X because she didn't have to talk about her vagina all the time. she straight was like, I'm also gangster, bitch.
Do you remember Trina?
Yeah, Trina was a good rapper too.
Trina and Trick Daddy, dude. I used to love the shit out of Trick Daddy, man. Trick Daddy.
Trick love the kids.
Exactly.
Love the kids. Yeah.
No, that's funny, man. Like I was really big into the rap and obviously hip hop and all that sort of stuff. And then here locally, ran into American Mafia, and I think it was Tracy.
I remember. I still follow Ricky on Facebook.
But he just had like 1 or 2 songs with the group or whatever. But like I had this gig in Vegas, and so they gave me a per diem of like $350 or whatever for travel. And so I was like, well, I could use that on a flight to get there, or I can drive my car, which I knew did the math or whatever. And I was like, that's only like $120 round trip in the car. So I was like, I can pocket the rest of the money, right? So I drove in the Prius all the way to fucking Vegas for this event. And I was like, yeah, why not? Fuck it. But there was a multitude of reasons, but one of the reasons is because I
we
knew
were doing shrooms all the no.
oh my god, I ended up in
Anyways.
fucking Vancouver.
Yes, it's not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
But
Be a bad substance.
so I had burned every song and every album that American Mafia had, right? And I'd put it into my little album thing or whatever. And so when I left Dallas, I had put one album in and I just drove. And then by the time I got there, I think I was on the 6th album, but I had a little notepad next to me. And I'd write down like the things that I liked, things I didn't like, and then like, is this going to be a hit? Why is it going to be a hit? Like I just literally was like writing notes as I'm fucking driving. Totally not safe.
I mean, either that or taking them
But like
off.
my it was like an opportunity where I knew like nothing's going to distract me, right? I had 26 hours to get there. I knew that by the time I got there, I could probably get through all these albums and I'd be able to know which songs are bangers, which ones are going to be like club, which ones are going to get radio play, like all that sort of stuff. And that's exactly what I did. And it's just, oh man. I gave them an opportunity. They had an opportunity. I flew somebody in from King James. He was from L.A., big record label person, big talent scout type thing. We had was it Green Elephant? Remember the Green Elephant?
Yeah, they're still around.
Yeah.
And well, they might
Red?
might not be still around, but
Right after the COVID, but yeah.
my boy Gabe performed.
Oh, okay.
4 or 5 years ago.
So I had this big event. It was a red carpet event. It was there. And literally I told them about it. I gave them enough prep, enough information, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you guys need to be there. And I go, bring these songs. I was like, these songs are going to make you be famous.
Yeah.
I get a call about 10 or 15 minutes after the event. And I'm like going, where the fuck are they at, right? They're like, hey, our car broke down on the side of 75. Can you come pick us up? And I'm like, wait a minute. You want me to leave the event that I'm fucking running to come pick you up? And I was just like, so I was already fucking pissed, right? So I went, picked them up. They fucking left their car there, 4 ways on, blah, blah, blah. We go back to Green Elephant, and they perform eventually. Like, I had to beg and plead because they weren't there for the set list, right?
I know.
Yeah, they weren't even there for the set list, so they weren't even on the set list because they weren't fucking there. So I begged and plead, blah, blah, blah. And then they played this fucking song, and it was the most fucking garbage song. And I'm like, really? This... Oh, I like... oh, man, my fucking... I was already pissed, and then when that happened, I was like, you played the fucking worst garbage fucking song. That wasn't even on any of the albums, too. That was
I don't know. I met them cats, and
Yeah.
they were cool, but yeah, that's just kind of, you know what I'm saying, the work ethic that you deal with. You either find a grinder or you find somebody that's just going to...
Right, and so I didn't realize this till after the fact when I went to that music conference that I was helping host with All-Star Magazine, I think it was. And I learned so much because Lil Flip was there and a bunch of the guy who sang Dougie. Remember that song? Yeah, so he was there, and then all of 97.9 was there, and 104.5 was there.
Is that the Chico Bling one you were at?
Yeah, no, that was a different one.
Because it was Paul Wall.
That was Paul Wall. Dude, I could talk another hour about that shit. But so I went to this music thing, right? And I go, and this was the thing that I didn't connect when I should have with American Mafia and them, because they were fucking unbelievably talented, and I have no like doubt that K Blaze, like, he could mix and master anything from anybody ever. Like, he is fucking phenomenal. He's probably like, I put him on par with like Timbaland, and I was like, that's how good he is. Like, I've seen his work. I've seen him work miracles. I've actually literally brought an artist into his studio, and then within 2 hours we walked out with a master song, done, polished, everything. I was just like going, what the fuck? But anyway,
just lacks initiative.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that.
At a certain point.
It's the following. It goes back to the numbers thing, right? It goes back to how many people have you gotten out? Have Have you handed out CDs? Have you promoted yourself? And the problem is zero.
I know. You got to build your brand.
And I realized what they wanted me to do for them was what they couldn't do for themselves. And I'm not a type of person. My personality is not wired like that for me to do something for you that you can't do for yourself. Now, I will take what you can and have done for yourself and take it to the next level. That's fine. But if you show no effort, no initiative, then there's no motivation for me. There's no drive. I have absolutely no reason to work for somebody that can't work for themselves. Like that's just me. I'm not trying to be dick.
You can't go to a manager and not have built yourself up before you went to that manager. It's not going to work.
Well, and this is one of the things that I've actually, I think I told a couple people when I'm working, and especially in the restaurant business and stuff, I was like, don't fucking come to me with problems, because those are your problems. And so when you come to me with a problem, that means you haven't taken the time to thought about a solution. Now, if you come to me with a solution and say, hey, this is going on, blah, 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 and this is how I'm going to handle it, I'll either say yes or no, or say, hey, maybe you should do this, and let me help you with your...
Hey, by the way, I have this opportunity it should be like, I have this opportunity that I came across. We either can handle it, give me two solutions. We can either handle it this way, and this is what's going to happen. We can handle it this way, and this way I can think it happen. I would value your feedback on on what you think, and then go from there.
Exactly, because that tells me you took the time and the initiative to figure out a solution to the problem. Whereas when somebody comes to me with a problem, you know what that tells me? That you haven't even taken the time or the initiative to think about the solution. You want me to solve your problem. Like that to me, I'm like, no.
No.
I'm not.
It's lack of initiative, and the thing is that lack of initiative is a lot of problems of what we have with the entitled generation that comes out of college. Expects just because I have a degree, I should automatically make six figures my first year out of college.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I shouldn't work to get there. I shouldn't take a few on the chin like everybody else has.
No.
They took it on the chin so I wouldn't have to.
Right. And
I'm not your Jesus. I'm not your I didn't die for your sins so you can make six figures out the gate, bitch. No.
No,
that's not how this works.
No, the best is when they think that they can be a CEO, right? They're like, I'm going to run my own company because I don't want to have a boss. That mentality is the most back-assward, stupid fucking shit and I hear it all the time, especially now with these millennials and stuff.
Well, if you're willing to put in the work and truly be a business owner, okay, let's see you build it.
Well, that's a whole nother that's a whole nother subject. If
you're a true entrepreneur, okay, more power to you. But the fact that you don't make it within that first year and you throw a fucking fit about it, go lick balls. Lick a few of them on your way up.
Well, I love because I deal with a lot of business owners, and especially first time, and like a lot of people that like want advice, this, that, and the other. And then I ask them, I was like, well, do you have a business or do you have a hobby? Because you need to learn. And I learned this from my dad, actually. This is one of the things that actually like I will take to the grave. Like it was one of the most powerful, most important things that he ever fucking said to me. He goes, when I was talking about DGE Media, right? He goes, well, what happens to you if you walk outside your house and you get hit by a bus? Will your company survive? Will your company carry on? And I realized at that point, I go, you're fucking absolutely right. That's
true.
Brilliant. Yeah. Like my company won't, because I'm not only the face, I'm the this, I'm the that, I'm the this. I have too many roles involved in the company rather than having the company run itself. Roll to me, right? No, and then I realized
it's true, dude.
I realized I was like, shit, I don't have a company. I have a fucking like hobby for the all intents and purposes.
So that's kind of when, and I don't mean to bring up the past, but when we were launching Simply Chic Designs, and we were doing all the powder coating and all that stuff and whatnot.
Yeah.
We put sincere effort into it, but the problem was having both of us having 9 to 5s.
Yep.
And a kid. And balancing that on top of that, we ended up not having the time to put into it to make it more than a hobby. Who's FaceTiming now?
Raymond.
Stop it, Raymond. We're still on.
Raymond, behave.
You can holler. Yeah.
I'm gonna put you in timeout, motherfucker.
We're gonna go sit in the corner. We'll be off in a little bit. You can give him a shout then. It's okay. Calm down. We'll get together sometime. Car show, stereos. I just need to get mine done first. It'll probably be another 3 weeks. Fuck. But it's my fault for making my shit complicated.
But yeah, so going back to that, so of course I've had all these photographers, I've had all these other people and stuff that have come to me, and I'm like going, okay, so what's your ROI? And they're like, what the fuck is an ROI?
Return on investment.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, so what is your customer?
Yes, for those of you anyone that doesn't know what ROI is, we're just going to let you know, return on investment.
Yes, so that means if I spend $100. What is my return on that $100?
At the minimum, I better break even.
Yes.
At the minimum.
And then he goes into profit and like, okay, you should at least a minimum of 35% profit. This is just business 101. That's just to sustain. Obviously, you want higher profit yields than 35% because then you're not quite profitable if you're anything under 35%. But anyway, long story short, I was like, okay, so what is your customer acquisition cost? What is your
let me
now, like I start getting into the numbers and the nitty gritty, and they're just like going,
yeah. When I say a minimum making your money back, what I mean is if your business isn't successful, you at least recap your investment and then find something else that may be more suited to you. I don't mean the minimum like profit you should make. I just want to be clear on that. If you venture into something, do yourself a favor and at least make your money back before you stop doing it.
Oh God, Kayla, don't even talk about EBITDA. I hate fucking EBITDA.
Yeah, they talk about that in our company too. Like, you did all this, okay. What's that got? I don't.
Yeah, what the hell does your damn shifter fucking have to do with anything?
What's that got to do with the price of tea in China?
Yeah,
like. Okay.
Nobody gives a shit about your fucking shifter except for you.
I'm glad. Check out that power to profit ratio. We're not making any profit. We're not even attempting to make profit right now. I mean, unless you want to go buy a shirt.
Yeah, go buy some.
Go buy a shirt. Go buy some merchandise. Buy some swag off the show. We got T-shirts, masks. Support it a lot. A lot. What?
Oh, he's talking about his shifter being return on his investment. No, motherfucker. We know that's just. Like, you're not going to get any money out of that. Welcome to the car. Cars are money pits, bro. Just like boats.
It's a depreciating
asset. Exactly. That's
boats are a majorly depreciating asset.
Except for mine.
It's eventually going to suck balls.
Hey, eventually, but I'll sell it before.
Pools are depreciating assets.
Hey, fuck you, man.
Welcome to old cars. Welcome to cars, period.
Yeah, it's all cars, bro. It's not just old cars. All cars are depreciating assets. Go ask any banker, anybody that finances anything.
And old classics that are going through Dale Jackson auction.
Okay.
They don't depreciate. I will.
All right, now go to Chase. Now go to Wells Fargo with that same car. Oh, they'll tell you to suck a bag of dicks.
Yeah, they'll be like, we don't care what you did to it.
Yeah, we don't care. Oh, what year is it? Oh, well, congratulations, Fossil.
Congratulations.
You got yourself a fucking antique.
Well, homie, we're at 30 after, man. 38 after.
Wait, we're 2 hours and 18 minutes.
10:40, man. We're doing 10:40. 10:48. It's time to wrap.
All right.
10:38. My bad.
I was gonna say, I was like, wait a minute, I got 2 hours and 18 minutes on our timestamp.
Oh, that's because we started late. That's right.
Yeah. See.
So we're still ran 2 hours. We're still running over.
All right, that's fine. We can end it.
And don't forget about the whole thing I said about earlier about day jobs. I got one of those.
Yeah. And I don't want you to be in trouble again.
I gotta be. Yeah, dude. I'm lucky I was working from home last.
This motherfucker wants us to FaceTime him. Does he not realize we got a fucking show? Jackass.
FaceTime me, duckers.
You fucking selfish ass bitch.
No, dude, we're about to get off, man.
Don't worry, homie. We're about to head
Does Rogan out. FaceTime his friends? No.
Fucking amen.
And don't give me you're as famous as Rogan. I will be.
Damn, day. Fucking right.
Yeah, I'm keep my.
We're working on it, bro. We're gonna get more famous.
But anyways, yes, everybody, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you listening to the nonsense and the tomfoolery and the fuckery this evening.
Hey, we love you guys, and we appreciate it. Sorry for the delay, like we said, and we will catch you next time.
Yeah, no more, and like I said, no more drinking games. I'm glad I was working from home last week. I felt like shit the next day.
Dude, you were fucking hammering them back.
Yeah, because you guys were like, never ever have I. And I'm like, motherfucker. I was already doing shots before we even played the game.
I know.
So that was
that was greatness.
Yeah. Because you actually drank more than I did in
I
the
did.
game.
I did. I drank a
I was like, no, that's not me. Devin's like,
I'm like, there's another one.
Like, well,
and another one.
Thought I lived a wild life. Anyways, thank you everybody for tuning in. What do we say? What date is it? What was the date again?
What date for what?
What's today's date? Thank you for tuning in on this
June 14th.
June 14th.
2021.
No special,
Season
really
1?
significant day. We appreciate it.
Episode 41.
Happy Father's Day. If I don't say it before next weekend to everybody.
That's true.
I'll be having a good time. But everybody, good night. Thank you for tuning in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 10 p.m. Frustration Unlimited. Sometimes from 8 to 11 p.m.
Yeah, sometimes the damn studio shuts down and says our own studio kicks us out.
But like a deaf kid playing musical chairs, we are out.
Yes, and happy birthday to Kayla on June 20th.
Happy early birthday.
All right.
On Father's Day.
On Father's Day. Jeez.
Good night.
Good night. Love you all. Bye-bye.